It's time for the stream before the stream. Oh no. I had a different field of input selected and it did not bring me to where I wanted it to go. Rest in peace. I've had to do an additional click. My any percent speedrun of starting the stream is ruined now. Anyway, what if instead of listening to this, we listen to this? Always choose. I don't want to be the one. The battles always choose. Something words. Some words that he had sung a long time ago now. Some more words sung. Something. Welcome, Kawashabi. I don't think that input is here, unfortunately. I don't want to be the one. There's something always, yeah. The something, yeah. I don't want to do something, yeah. It's something, yeah. My something words. It's 1 p.m. Rest in peace. What's that Canada quote? What's that quote? Hold on. Habits. I gotta pull it up real quick. Room and something words that I. Wait, hold on. Something, yeah. I don't know the words to this. Breaking the habit. It's Poggers. This is Poggers. To be the one. Something use. Where are we? I'm the one confused. I don't know what's worth fighting for or why I have to scream. I don't know what on the gate or want something, yeah. You're all saved because I'm starting the voice call and I can't do this. I can't subject people in real time to this. Was that Kawa? Did he just like accidentally hang up? Oh no. Okay. He said he'll join soon. I saw his thing like show up and then immediately disappear. I thought he had hung up. Okay. Anyway, the quote that you have no context for that I was talking about just now in the stream. Tomorrow is Monday and yet you're still in bed? At this rate, you'll end up wasting your day off without doing anything, you know? Nice. No, I want this to activate, please. Dim my screen. I want auto dimming enabled. Auto dim my screen, please. Oh no, it didn't like the exit. I have to restart. Failed to start. What do you mean failed to start? Failed to start? What do you mean failed to start? Why don't you? What is going on? Cool. Oh, now there's no sound on the stream. There's no music since I turned it off for something else. Alright, I'm gonna get the game in here. It's gonna be great when Kawa joins, and then he has no idea what's happening. What's going on with my mouse? Okay, there we go. And I think I still have the Discord overlay up. Let's go over here. Yes. So even though I don't have the PNGs in, there's still the icons. Okay. Before the stream started, What? Oh, the game just went all black. What? What's going on? is what is this? Is this an OBS? Is this a? Can you see the game?
One moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's a thing where when I tab into Discord when I was selecting it, my screen went black, and I think it's just like a thing with the game where because I could see it in Discord, it blocked it on my main screen for some reason. But as long as you can see it, the swing moving and everything, we should be good.
Yep.
Cool. Before the stream, I reset the data. It was like, "Are you sure you want to reset everything?" And I was like, "Yes, I am sure. I've already done this one time before." So, this is No Case Should Remain Unsolved. I turned down the volume a little bit because it was really loud earlier. It has a very unique UI, which you will soon see. I realized I was a jellyfish. I spent the last 70 years simply drifting through life, with no heading in particular, blindly stinging everyone I encountered, unless they had peanut butter. Can you see it too? The slices of bread I tried to embrace, I only ended up hurting. Everywhere I went, I left nothing but ruin. So that's it. That's what I am, a jellyfish floating across the sea of butterflies, the illusions of the past. I don't even remember why I once became a police detective. Looking over at that family, weeping for their lost child. Have I ever done anything to wipe away their tears? A police station is a crucible of pain and grief. So why did I choose to enter that institution? Why did I think I could somehow offer people solace and hope? Maybe I was simply being selfish. Maybe I became a detective just so I could belong somewhere. Like the ultimate detective from a game that I'm not going to mention any more about because it's going to be a spoiler. I should stop now. I should stop wandering with nothing but regret on my lips. That's it then. The first good thing I'll have ever done for anyone. Everyone, I'm sorry for everything. Lost in the sea of meta, global passive of the past. I, ellipses, 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 ellipses. Madam, Miss Jun Young. Do you like how the cursor is like a reticle? It's like a crosshair.
Yeah.
Who are you? Remember that little girl? Choi Se-won? Choi Se-won? Se-won? The girl who went missing? That's right, ma'am. Do you know what happened to that girl you brought back? Thanks to you, her family found peace. Do their lives look ruined to you? The doctor says my mind is like an old library without an index. I'm sorry, but I have no idea who you are. I see you're in a uniform, so you couldn't be Se-won's ghost. From the way you bring up my forgotten failure, I can only assume you're here to deliver judgment. She's Nouvellette. Ma'am, I'm not here to judge you. I only want to tell you about the life you lived. Your Honor, you already know what happened. Your Honor, leading? I never brought Se-won home. The choice ended the way her father, Choi Dong-kyung, wanted. She disappeared forever, completely out of her mother's reach. Leave the case unsolved. We can't do that, sir. So the way this game works is you click on these things, and what it does is it'll open up different dialogues and different snippets, and then you have to correctly arrange them and connect each piece to the other pieces to figure out other parts of the testimony. Leave the case unsolved. We can't do that, sir. You mean you've already filed a missing persons case? Someone's officially registered as a missing person, then? Then please, that's good enough. Detective, I'm begging you. Please don't look for my daughter anymore. Stop asking where she is. Keep her completely out of her mother's reach. Just let her live life somewhere. Oh, oops. Just say that she went out to the playground like she always did and vanished. That's all. A perfect crime with no witnesses, no suspects. So please, please leave this case unsolved. I'll do anything, please. I beg of you. So that's how you remember it. This was the last case I took before I resigned from the missing persons team. See how relieved I looked after what Choi Dong-kyung said? That man knew. If we wanted to close the case and move on, we needed a good excuse. That my refusal was only customary, a front to cover up my cowardice. Ma'am, history is the certainty produced at the point where the imperfections of memory meet the inadequacies of documentation. What do you mean? It means you just don't get it. Can you remember the beginning and the end of the case? Let me help you weave together the threads connecting the start to the finish. I think Sewon's mother called me to report the girl missing. Yeah, I remember now. She said Sewon disappeared from the playground. Calm down, ma'am. Who am I speaking to again? Detective Jung Young, yes? You remember me? You came to check on Sewon the other day. I asked you not to ring the doorbell. Please tell me you remember. Detective, I'm scared. Please hurry. She's gone. Sewon is gone. She was just at the playground. When did you last see her at the playground? Exactly 3:33 in the afternoon. Detective, she disappeared 3 hours ago. We looked everywhere a 7-year-old girl could have gone alone. What do we do now? I'm trying not to panic, but the worst is all that comes to mind. You're turning yourself in? Yes, I would like to surrender to the police. I am responsible. A little girl went missing from the playground, didn't she? 3 days ago? She was with me. I took her away. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I did it because I needed the money. I'm sorry. What do you mean it's all your responsibility? Detective, the truth is, she's dead. Sewon is dead. She's been dead all this time. Your Honor, that's all I remember about the case. Now you understand why you've come to me here. No, now I understand why you've come to me here at the final crossroads. Why you want me to remember the beginning and the end. You're the gatekeeper of time and space. I had put it completely out of my mind. Was I trying to forget those memories because I felt guilty? The man who took her turned himself in, but I pretended it never happened. And the girl, she was already dead, but I pretended not to know. I'm sorry. Someone like me doesn't deserve peace. Ma'am, it's all right. Don't be afraid. I don't care what you want to call me, but you have to know that this isn't the end of the road. You're not bound for hell or purgatory. Now think back. Sewon disappeared from the playground, right? Try to recall everything you can about the location. Ellipses. Ellipses. I can see more fragments now. I see them. Dead people. What? But they're so faint, like scars faded with age. No, you're doing great. Unlike an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Once you've brought up the fragments, try connecting them together. Build a chain of recollections. Even a dried out ravine can be a river again when the water returns. Okay, so the game opens up a little bit more now, and what'll happen is we have across the top different people. It either says their name or who they are or both, and within each statement there'll be certain key terms that'll show up as blue hashtags. Clicking on those will open up new things either within the person or like some other point to investigate, and you can quickly see how this could get out of hand.
Indeed.
So we have 3 things here. Which one? These are all linked to hashtag playground. Which one do you want to click on? The order really doesn't matter. Eventually, you will have to go through all or almost all of these anyway, depending on how quickly you reach the conclusion.
Well, in that case, we'll just go top to bottom.
All right. It's all right. Again, was there anything unusual about Sewon's activities today? No, it was all business as usual. She goes to kindergarten on weekdays, and we go to the playground on weekends as a family. We have 2 playgrounds in the condo complex. Normally, we alternate between them. I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible, so Haejung has to take the kids on their own. Wait. Recently, they've only been going to one playground. Haejung said the kids asked to go there today too. If only they'd gone to the other playground. On the way back, they sometimes drop by the stationery store near the complex entrance. Complex entrance? I found it. What? The place is called Apollo. Sewon loves getting candy there. Alright, so we can no longer use this thing because we've linked it to this statement. but we can use any of these other ones, this playground or this playground. And then to unlock these new ones, you have to have a linking hashtag. So we can use one of
I
them to
see.
unlock this, and this one can be unlocked with Gone Alone, Phone Call, or Playground.
Well, we
But
have
you
another
wanted,
playground.
yes, you, top to bottom.
Yep. One moment.
All right. When I launched the game earlier, the music was super loud. Um, I had to get through. I accidentally clicked on something and it made me get through the ending again, and the music was just so loud. I was like, I gotta turn that down.
ZZZZ.
Hopefully my audio sounds okay as well. Is that my fan? It is. That is my fan. Okay, I think we're good. You might still hear a little bit of it when I talk, but I don't see it being picked up at the bottom anymore. I'm gonna see, can I? No, okay. I was gonna see if I could close these right now, but I can't yet. Not
I
just
am
yet.
back.
Welcome back. The other thing, was checking to see if I could do it right now. I can't, unfortunately. Oh, I think actually this is just something the game does for sleep mode. But we can also like make these shrink back up by hitting the plus sign, so we don't have to scroll back down the full length. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but try to think about it, okay? See if you can remember someone you didn't usually see at the playground. I heard you were all together there. Simon, your mother, and you too, Myung-ho. Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Yeah, ellipses. We, ellipses, we were all together. Alright. So now if we want... Oh, that expands these pictures? Yeah, okay. I thought it expanded the things. No, it just lets you see the pictures again. So, let's see. I don't think we have any other hashtags aside from this one, so let's just get this out of the way too.
Yep.
Did you see any suspicious individuals when you went to pick up Sewon, or anything out of the ordinary? It's exactly as my daughter said. I was so sure Sewon would be at the playground, but when I got there, I didn't see her. So I assumed my daughter took her along. Then my daughter came downstairs and looked at me with her eyes wide, and I thought, oh no! Ellipses. Detective, I think you might be making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know if my daughter told you, but Sewon goes alone to places all the time. My daughter worries easily, but mark my words, the girl always wanders back in time for dinner. Please don't worry about it. I'll have a stern word with my daughter. Honestly, I can't believe she's gone and called you. Think back to the testimonies about the playground. Who do you think those people were? People? These testimonies were all from one person. Ellipses. Weren't they? Ma'am, life is a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Huh? So now we can change the speaker. So we can now change it to the father. And we can now change the order in which the testimonies occurred. Your memories are scrambled and misaligned, but each fragment, each moment connects with one another. Look at the connections closely, and you'll figure out where the pieces belong. Who said these things, and in what order? And then what? What does that change? Who knows? Maybe if you connect enough pieces, you might discover a key. A key that unlocks the face of the person putting the puzzle back together. So, we're given free reign now. You can freely change who you think gave any of these testimonies with any person. There are 3 right now. I think it goes up to around 10 different people. And you can freely change the order in which you think they happened. So, we have a bunch of new things opened up. We have kindergarten, doorbell, surrender, Haejong, Apollo, stationery store, candy, 3 hours, gone alone, dead, Myung Ho, and case unsolved. Oh, and called. So it's up to you what you want to investigate first.
Hmm.
Oh, let me get the game audio going too. There we go.
We able to click on the name?
Yes, there are 3 names. Which one?
Hyejong.
Okay. That opens her up as a new thing. So now, if you think that we don't know anything about her besides her name, if you think that she said any of these, you can now change that to be her. I'll click on the other names too. We have Apollo Stationary, and we have Sewon's brother. So, we can now move any of these, or we can try and see if any of these hashtags link to something.
I can see how this is getting complicated fast.
Yes. Also, by the end of this, scrolling up and down, it's very large and it goes very far across. But it is an interesting way that they've designed it.
I could certainly say I haven't played anything like this before.
No, I hadn't either. We have kindergarten, doorbell, surrender, dead, stationery store, candy, 3 hours, gone alone, case unsolved, and called. Well, and also goes alone. I guess goes alone is different than gone alone. It says unhealthy snacks, but they've crossed out unhealthy, and it just says snacks. That's funny.
Well, let's just start with goes alone.
Okay. Goes alone. Okay. Just from the top? Or do you want to specifically try and go after one or the other? Alright. I don't think it's possible to get soft locked in this. I think no matter what you do, you will eventually find a way to connect enough things, even if you just have to start rearranging things. Does Sewon have a favorite place? Have any favorite places near the playground? Somewhere she might have wandered off to on her own. Wandered off? She didn't stroll away somewhere. She's been kidnapped. All possibilities are on the table, as if. Get off your chairs and do something. We're running out of time here. Mobilize the force. Get those cruisers on the streets. Anything. Tick-tock, detective. Who knows what they're doing to her? And you're sitting here asking where she's gone on her own? Damn it. Ellipses. Ellipses. Damn it. Ellipses. Ellipses. I'm sorry, detective. I know you're doing everything you can.
What was the image that popped up there?
A guy in a wheelchair.
Hard to tell at this resolution, but doesn't that look like the guy on the left?
You want to move that over there?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go through these again and see if any of these could be moved anywhere else too, before we start clicking on new stuff?
Probably a good idea.
Okay. So this picture is a silhouette of 3 people. Anything unusual? No, it's all business as usual. She goes to the playground kindergarten on weekdays and the playground. We normally have 2 playgrounds that we go to in the condo. We alternate between them. I know I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible, so Haejong has to take the kids on their own. They've recently only been going to that one playground. Haejong said the kids asked to go there today too. On the way back, they sometimes go to the stationery store. Place is called Apollo. Sewon loves getting candy there. This probably stays here, right?
Absolutely.
Because he says it says wheelchair. And then this one is, calm down, ma'am. Who am I speaking to again? Do you remember me? You came to check on Sewon the other day. Asked you not to ring the doorbell. She's gone. She was just at the playground. And then this probably either has to be, well, this is her mother, right? So this would stay here. And also ma'am. So the only other person it could be this mystery woman. Next one is, when did you last see her at the playground? Exactly 3:33 in the afternoon. She disappeared 3 hours ago. We've looked everywhere. Oops. X out of that. We've looked everywhere a 7-year-old girl could have gone alone. What do we do now? I'm trying not to panic, but the worst is all that comes to mind. This is because I think we clicked on 3 hours ago. But for this to be unlocked, we'll need a key, which is unlocked by getting things in the right order under the right person, like chronologically, and then also having one of these hashtags. So we won't be able to do anything with this anyway. This, I mean, this could be anywhere, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
So, like, it could be mom or the dad.
Is there an attached image?
No, it's just a picture of the playground.
Oh.
So. And and this one actually, yeah, this one is a picture of her as well. I'll just give you that one. It's the same person. Well, the next one is, this had a picture, right? Yeah. Oh, I can't scroll while I have the picture open. Unfortunate. You don't have to answer, but if you don't want to, but try to think about it. See if you remember someone you didn't usually see at the playground. I heard you were all together. Sewon, your mother, and you too, Myung-ho. Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Yeah, we were all together.
Well, we know who that is then.
Yep. The brother. And then the next one is, did you see any suspicious individuals? It's exactly as my daughter said. I was so sure Sewon would be at the playground, but then I didn't see her, so I assumed my daughter took her along. Then my daughter came downstairs and looked at me with her eyes wide, and I thought, oh no, detective, I think you might be making too big of a deal out of this. I don't know if my daughter told you, but Sewon goes alone to places all the time. My daughter worries easily, but the girl always comes back in time for dinner. Please don't worry about it. Oliver Stern with my daughter. Honestly, I can't believe she's gone and called you. And the picture for this is the lady, the mother. Presumably this is the face that she made when she came downstairs. And then we have 2 more. You're turning yourself in. Yes, I'd like to surrender to the police. I'm responsible. Little girl went missing. It was me. I took her away. It's my fault. I did it because I needed the money. And what do you mean it's all your responsibility? Detective, truth is she's dead. She's been dead all this time. And it's a picture of a crib. So at this point, we have these which opened up. And we have, has Sewon ever wandered off alone before? How do you remember the time so precisely? And how does Myung-ho feel? And for that, we'll need one of these linking terms. So...
Well, I know we have another Gone Alone, don't we? Or is
yes,
Goes Alone,
we do have a
Alone?
Gone Alone.
Are they the same thing?
We used Goes Alone. There's a separate Gone Alone. Don't ask me why they're separate things. There's also, I think another one somewhere in here that has like a similar thing, but it's different. Let's just go with this one. Has someone ever wandered off? See, they used wandered off alone before. Is that really possible? Detective, I think it might be my fault she's gone. I was in the hospital for a long time after I had Se1. I couldn't care for her because I was bedridden, but since we both spent so much time looking up at the hospital ceiling, I thought I might be able to understand her better. Now, though, I'm not so sure. Do you think she resents me? Is that why she won't call me Mom? Is that why she's always so hard to find? I have to scour all the playgrounds to find her. And this is a picture of a hospital room with 2 IVs. We
Now
have...
it's pretty obvious that that's in the correct place as far as person speaking.
Yeah, you know?
Welcome,
So I
Slushy
don't have to
Snake
worry about that.
No? Gee, I wonder who's the one who said that they gave birth to the missing girl. Could it perhaps be her mother? Thank you for the follow, Slushy Snake. We're being a little goofy. Ah, I gotta stop doing that. I think it's every time I lose focus on the tab, it like goes into power saving mode or something, and that's why it goes black. We have time of the disappearance, and we have how does the brother feel. We will need time or phone call for this. For this, we need death, police, or time. Do we have any of those? We have dead. I don't know if that counts for death. I don't think we have police or time, though.
Would appear
Do you
not.
want to see if... You want to see if
We'll
dead
see
works?
if dead counts. We'll see if that counts.
It does. It also opened up 2 locked things. A purple redacted with caregiver death and hospital, and a certificate of familial relations with death and birthday. But it does open up this for us, so let's check this out. How does Myung-ho feel? It must have been a big change for him. Your station searched the park in the neighborhood, right, detective? The one with the pond? The weeping willow trees by the water. They're lonely to look at. I took a stroll there last year with Myung-ho and Haejung, and the trees reminded me of Myung-ho. He looks like he's at the mercy of the world sometimes, but the truth is, he's the most unyielding boy you'll meet. Ellipses. For children and adults too, I suppose. A death in the family is apparently like experiencing your universe collapse. Rebuilding from those ruins was a time-consuming journey, but I think Myung-ho's managed quite well in his own right. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something he always carries around, never leaves home without it.
Well, we've got time now.
Yeah, so we also have Haejung. That just opened that up. I'm gonna click on these because it bugs me when they're not crossed out, but we already know them. We have station and time. You want to try and unlock this other one with time?
Yeah, sure. Don't see why not.
Alright. How do you remember the time so precisely? Isn't that very suspicious? Hello, Kawa. My phone call's history. I never leave the children alone when we're out together. But when I got a phone call, I usually don't get calls in the afternoon. I think I panicked. The first thing that came to mind was that I had to pick up somewhere quiet so I could hear. So I ducked into the condo hallway. The call history is 5 minutes long, but she disappeared in less than that. I know because I looked up partway through the conversation and she was already gone. Okay. So now, we have to go through these shaking hashtags. They will open up new options for us that we couldn't previously see. But do you want to leave this
Shaking
where it is for
hashtags?
now? Yes. The screen might go black for a second. I apologize.
It just froze.
Okay, yeah, it's because I tabbed out in the Discord. Do we want to leave this here? Did this have a picture? Oh yeah, it's the willow trees. Yes. And this had a picture as well. Of a lady. I'll move this down too so you can see more of it.
When was the previous time? It was 3:30.
Yeah,
Well,
333.
Can we go back to that one?
Yes. That was this one. When did you last see her at the playground? Exactly 3:33 in the afternoon. She disappeared 3 hours ago. We've looked everywhere. A 7-year-old girl could have gone alone. What do we do now?
Well, in that case, we can vertically move the other phone one up here. It would make sense, right?
Before or after?
After, since, we are responding to them having said what time it is.
Right here. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So, we can't do anything with this. We'll need more information. But these shaking ones will open up new lines of questioning. These ones that aren't moving, like 3 hours, just mean that we'll have to use them for something else that will pop up. But these shaking ones mean that some sort of new testimony will unlock. So we have stationery store, candy, surrender, doorbell, kindergarten, phone call, case unsolved, called, hospital, and station. Oops. Well, we could go with that, I guess, because I clicked on it scrolling. We have stay on the line, I'm on my way, could you tell me what happened? And who were you on the phone with on the afternoon of February 3rd? Or we could look into a different one.
Well, this appears to be continuing on with that phone thing. So, who were they on the phone with?
Okay. So you want who we were on the phone with. Who were you on the phone with on the afternoon of February 3rd? Well, our office isn't exactly well staffed. Excuse me, so I'm the one doing most of the phone duties. Hey Jong, on the afternoon of the 3rd? Employees complain if we check in too often, so we usually don't do that. And there's not much to call about in the afternoon. Wait a second. Oh, I see. I did call, but it wasn't for anything special. There's gonna be a Best Caregiver Award ceremony in a few days. So we asked if she could make it, like, we have more than 100 caregivers working with us, but no one wanted to show. I think that was the gist of the call. I kind of regretted calling her. I mean, she's not the type to do that kind of company spirit event. You've talked to her, right? Can't even have a nice long chat. She's always cutting calls short, something about being too busy with the kids. Has she even come into the office recently? So what's all this about? I mean, as long as she's doing her job right. But a police visit? Really? She's not exactly a slacker. What's going on here?
ZZZZ.
Was that very helpful for you?
What are the other names that we haven't done much with?
The other names that we haven't done with as far as moving things to are Shinhei Jong, who's a Durihana employee, the stationery store owner, and then the brother. The other stuff, these are the 3 we started with. The father, the mother whose name we don't know, and the ex-English teacher whose name we also don't know. Yeah, we have kindergarten, doorbell, surrender, stationery store, candy, case unsolved, hospital, station, and caregiver and police. Oh, the other thing we have, we can go through some of these. Where is it? One of these mentions something that I'm just going to tell you about because it's not super clear the way they are in the other ones. This one right here. You searched the your station searched the park in the neighborhood, right, detective? The one with the pond. They're lonely looking weeping willow trees. I took a stroll that last year with Myung-ho and Haejong. The trees reminded me of Young Ho. He always looks like he's at the mercy of the world sometimes, but the truth is, he's the most unyielding boy you'll meet. A death in the family is apparently like experiencing your universe collapse. Rebuilding from those ruins was a time-consuming journey, but I think Young Ho has managed quite well in his own right. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something he always carries around, never leaves home without it. And just to clue you in on this stuff, because they don't really ever, it's not really ever mentioned, but it is something that comes up. It is, where is it? See
Oh,
this? It's a
I
different
like an
color.
umbrella.
Yeah. So, that's just to key you in that that's something that relates to him. It's an object of interest.
One moment.
I should keep a tab of, like a running tab of which ones we have and which ones we don't have. You have any ideas, Kawa?
Wait, what was that?
You have anything in particular that you want to investigate?
Not really. I'm a little bit busy at the moment. I'll be able to do stuff soon.
Okay.
So I'll let Raeo take charge.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a quick note. Yeah, kindergarten doorbell, surrender, stationer store candy, unsolved, hospital, police, I think is the last one. Caregiver and police. Okay, yeah. The current thing we have open is playground. Okay, so we can look into that. I think I'll move forward with that once Rayo's back. New. Zip around here. This becomes so much nicer later on. You have all these really long lines. Just being able to. Oh wait, hold on. Bam. Wait. Bam. 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 No, that wouldn't look right. Up, up. Down. That would have to. No, it would have to cross. I guess you can't do it
Back.
without. Okay, welcome back. I did notice while I was looking around at things that we have playgrounds right here, and we have one here with playground. So rather than
Might as well
open
do
up a new one, let's go with this.
Exhaust the options we already have open.
Yes. Stay on the line, I'm on my way. Could you tell me what happened? I got a call from my mother, Sewon's grandmother. She said I'm at the store outside the condo complex and security called saying the fire alarm was going off in the house. Security guard went over to my mother's house to check, but he couldn't open the door, so she asked me to go and open it for her. I chewed her out. She knew I couldn't bring Sewon so dangerous. I told her to go herself, but she was so stubborn. Mom said she could get to the playground and pick up Sewon faster than she could get home, so I should rush over to her house and make sure everything was fine at her place, that she would be there soon. So she said that would make the most sense. She was going to wait for me with Sewon outside the building. I went to Mom's house, and the security guard was there. I opened the door for him, and the place was filled with smoke. I don't know what she was cooking in that pot, but the pot was burnt black. The guard turned off the stove and opened the windows. But all I could think of was Sewon. How glad I was that I didn't bring her to such a dangerous place, and that the fire didn't get any worse. I ran back into the elevator. It was only a few minutes, I swear. I found Mom waiting for me outside the building, just like she promised. But when I asked her where Sewon was, she said, I thought you took her with you. Ellipses. Detective, are you here yet? So that opened
Well,
up
we
a
got a
new thing
new
with promised and a new name. The grandmother. And the picture was
some
the
of these
burning pot.
Some of these lines insinuated that they were the mother of the mother.
Yes, you want to move those over?
Yeah.
Which ones did you think they were? This one?
Reading through, don't remember.
Um,
I think it's higher up.
Okay.
At least the ones I noticed.
This one? It's exactly as my daughter said. I was so sure Sewon would be at the playground. But when I got there, I didn't see her, so I assumed my daughter took her along. Then my daughter came upstairs and looked at me with her eyes wide, and I thought, oh no.
Yep.
Okay. Let's move that over to the grandmother. Joy Guija. Okay. I think that's all of the things. It really wants us to get this certificate of familial relations. But for this, we need to enter a number. The day Sewon disappeared. Do you know what that is?
Wasn't that like February 3rd?
Let's try it. You were correct. It was February 3rd. So we can now access the certificate of familial relations, but we need death or birthday. You want to go looking for that?
Suppose so.
None of the fragments unlocked so far connect to this testimony. Well, we can't. We're gonna have to instead go to one of these new ones. So we have these three, and there are several further down. So we can either start with one of these, or we can take a look at the other ones, see if any of those seem more interesting or more helpful.
Yeah, doorbell.
Okay, so we opened up one up here. Where's say one now with doorbell, playground, or time? And we also have hello, Madam Senior Inspector Jun Young from the Hamyong Police Station. You'd be Sewon's mother, correct?
I might as well
You-
do that.
This one?
Sounds like an
Alright.
easy one to place at the beginning of this timeline.
Hello, Madam Senior Inspector, blah blah blah. I'm just here to see if Sewon, if that's alright. Oh my gosh, you scared me, Detective. I was expecting the delivery man. Could you please knock instead of ringing the doorbell next time? My daughter's taking a nap. She dozed off in front of the TV while I was washing the rice. I just tucked her in. Come inside. Fast asleep, see? Oh, I suppose you can't really tell under the blanket. She must be tired, the poor thing. Sewon and I were out and about all day yesterday. She slept in this morning, too. I swear, kids grow up so fast. She's already gotten so much taller that barely anything fits anymore. I had to do all her shopping at once. First day of school is only a month away and there's so much to buy. I hope she wakes up soon so we can eat and get her uniform fitted. I'm sorry, Detective. You might have to wait a while before she wakes up. Ellipses. So, ellipses. What brings you here? You want to move this up to the very top?
Seems appropriate.
Okay. Now here's the fun part. You have to do it one at a time. Yep. So now we have another dead end unless you want to try and get to this. Which I don't think we can. But we can try. We can also try seeing this. Or this redacted thing. Or this redacted thing. And we unlocked a bunch of new things in this. We unlocked Taller and Police Station.
Now let's go for police station.
So we have 3 different things. We have he claims to be the culprit, which is surrender, lie, or police. City Hall, you said, which is school, phone call, or police. And have you contacted Sewon's father, which is phone call, birthday, or police. Now, there might be a tactical choice in choosing one that does not share a hashtag with something else we currently have, so we can use that to unlock the other one. For example, if we have surrender or lie, we probably don't want to use police to unlock this. I believe the only one we have, though, is phone call. I don't think we have surrender. Oh no, we have all 3 actually. We have 1 phone call and 1 surrender, I believe.
Probably would be a good idea to get more things relating to the dad for now.
Sure. This also probably makes the most sense since we can use phone call for this middle one and surrender for the top one.
Yeah.
Have you contacted Sewon's father? I keep calling him, but he won't pick up. It's not out of the ordinary. We only meet for her birthdays. But this is an emergency. His own daughter is missing. Detective, I was texting him on the day you came from the police station. Sewon's always such a quiet girl, but she was chattering about how much happier she'd be if her father was here too. So I asked him if he'd come by and say hello. But he's heartless, that man.
Well, this certainly sounds like it's not the mother. I would assume grandmother. Especially keeping in line with the phone stuff from earlier.
Move that over here for now. You think that happened before or after the suspicious individuals? Or we could just leave it for now and sort through it later. Now, yes, we have surrender there, and I think we also have phone call somewhere else, don't we? Yes, we have phone call.
Yeah.
So we can unlock
let's
either one of
start.
these.
Well, we have phone call for City Hall, I suppose, because we have surrender for that one. The other.
Okay. I'm just gonna click it here since it'll automatically... Oh, cool. Thanks, game. I thought it would bring it back to me. Nope. I gotta scroll back up. Unfortunate. Phone call. City Hall, you said. That's right, Chief. How are you? I'm from Hoemyeong City Hall Administrative Office. It's that time of year. 4 kids stayed to start school this year in your district, didn't show up to pre-entrance day. I'm just calling for your cooperation. We spoke with all the families over the phone. They all said they were on vacation overseas or busy with other things, that sort of stuff. I mean, elementary school classes haven't even started yet, so I'm going to report that everything looks fine. But we do have to make sure the paperwork is all there. We're working on the police assistance request forms right now. They say that local police stations dispatch personnel to all the absentees' households for welfare checkups at the school board's request. Imagine that, Chief. It's like a free bonus. Our compensation for external personnel requisition is pretty solid, if you ask me. Once you get the form, send us your personnel roster with their direct deposit information attached, and we'll take care of things on this end.
Well, we've got a new name that seems to be where it's coming from.
City Hall.
Yeah, that's where
yeah,
that
I'm from.
certificate goes to.
Where is that? Where even is that? Oh, here it is. Cool. And this last one, surrender.
Might as well get to it.
Never give up, never. What? It also opened up a new one, which is, I see your mother has contacted you.
That one can also be done with police, if assuming we have it.
Yes, I think we have a couple. Oh, we could also try is Sewon alright? If you think that's something you want to investigate.
Do we have anything else that could open up the bottom one right now? I figured what all unlocks that.
We could use the other police on this. We actually might have 2 polices. Let's check. We have... Let's just go down. Okay, we have 1 police and we have 1 surrender. So we can either get this pink one and get this one here, but not get this one, or get these 2 blues and not get the pink. At least for now. It's up to you. This also has police stations, so this might work for police.
Well, let's check if that works for police on one of the ones that needs police. It
does. So you want to open up this pink one?
Yeah.
Using surrender, and then use police for the other 2?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, we have to open the lock. Oh, I guess we can't do that yet. We have to find
Well.
some more information. Rest in peace. Well, I guess this just then turns into, you want to save this surrender to use for that later, or do you just want to...
Well, let's use one of the police at least.
Okay. I'm gonna grab this one because the other police is right near the other blue one.
Yeah.
Just for convenience. I see your mother has contacted you. @mother, that's such a funny, handle. It's exactly as you heard, he turned himself into a pickle. Will you be coming to the police station together? That man was never one for prayer. No matter how dug you deep, he said, the spade would never know the smell of the earth. He refused to pray even once as our baby lay sick in the hospital. That's why he doesn't understand. That prayer is the reason we've been so blessed. All he ever did was get angry that he couldn't change anything with his own abilities. Ellipses. You said he turned himself in? If he really did take her, maybe it was because he couldn't afford child support payments. He's been complaining since last summer about how he was having a hard time keeping up with the payment schedule. I told him this was a critical time in Sewon's life. They had to get his act together. We may be divorced, but he's still her father. Even now. I suppose he's trying to change things himself, without even trying to pray. I don't know why this isn't flashing, but who knows.
Well, maybe
So we
the
have-
turned himself in is a synonym one for
Surrender. It might be. We have this @mother. I'm gonna figure out who that is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the grandmother. Okay. So... looks like it wants us to do Where is Sewon Now, but we also can go back to this one, or move any of these around if you wanted to. I assume we can do this because it's got a little flashy thing. It's also flashing on the map.
Yeah, it's flashing on the map as well.
I've already found the fragments containing the clues. Search for the answer now. Where is Sewon Now? The key reason the English teacher needed funds. Do you want to try and find
Yeah.
that? Okay. So now, what it does is every single thing that is a piece of testimony has been opened, and we must click
Oh,
on the
boy.
phrase
Why
that
are we getting
shows...
more layers? There was enough complexity here already.
I will say, I think part of this is supposed to be representative of the person, the ladies that we talked to at the beginning, her mental state, and the fact that her memory's all, because she has dementia or something. So, it certainly is achieving the effect of being extraordinarily confusing and unwieldy. You have any ideas?
Not really.
We can always back out. We can either look through all these, or we can...
Just scroll through for now slowly and see if anything just kind of jumps out.
Okay. Let me know once you've seen everything here, and I'll scroll down.
Scroll. Scroll. I'm having a hard time keeping up with the payment schedule.
This one? There we go. So now we can open this if we use doorbell, playground, or time. And we still have the police one down here.
Let's go ahead and just use police.
Alright, before we get deeper into anything.
Yeah.
He claims to be the culprit behind this disappearance. Someone's father has surrendered himself to us. No, detective, you can't. Don't believe a word of what he says. I'll be at the station immediately. Everything he says is a lie. It was me. I made him do it. It's all my fault. I'll be right there, detective. Don't listen to anything he tells you. It's all my responsibility.
Oh, now we have lie.
Yes. Now, we also, eventually if we get death or birthday, we can open up this family registry thing. You want to leave this here? Do you want to move it?
The fact that we say Seon's father instead of naming him partially leads me to believe this is not the correct person.
Could it also be the picture?
Eh? I wonder who it could possibly be.
With this picture,
Could
could
I
it
think it's just
possibly
a
be...
mystery. I think it's just a mystery for the ages, really.
Yeah, it couldn't possibly be like they took that exact picture and then cropped it for this specific profile picture.
Yeah, it couldn't be that.
No. That's my favorite part about some of these. Is that some of them are, like, all of these are straight up just snippets from pictures that will be in one of these testimonies. They didn't make separate things. They are just the same thing. So, we now have Where is Sewon Now, which can be opened up with doorbell, playground, or time, and we have a whole
we have
slew of
one of
other
those?
things we could open.
I think we have a playground lying around.
Let's see. Somewhere in here. Playground. It also could open up that redacted purple thing, but there are other things for that, and I don't think we can open that anyway.
Incoming ad
So
break.
let's see where Sewon is now. Where is she now? She's with her family. I made sure she had something to eat for dinner before I dropped her off. Once I brought her to the playground where I first found her, she knew exactly how to get home. I rang the doorbell and stood at the entrance waiting for her parents. It was only for a few seconds, but in that short time, I wondered again and again if I should just leave the girl there and run. Detective, I was being stupid. I was stupid to kidnap her, and I'm still being foolish now, having the nerve to feel guilty about it at all. Ellipses. The girl's father. Ellipses. He pulled the girl tight into his arms and wept. I knelt in front of him to apologize, but he bowed so low I thought he'd fall. And he thanked me. He thanked me for bringing her home safe. What I did was indefensible. I'll accept my punishment. I know that won't make up for the suffering I caused their family, but I will live out the rest of my life in sincere contrition. So that gives us time, and is a picture of presumably him standing at the door, and it also opened up this pink one, which is Sewon alright? And we can use surrender or hurt from that. Want to try?
I would assume turned himself in works for surrendered.
Yes. We need confirmation that she is alive. Do you want to search for that?
Uh,
Should be pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What evidence is that she well, Your Honor, you see, the girl's father personally saw her. I don't know where that was anymore. Ah, this part. She's with her family. I made sure she had something else. Wondered, blah, blah, blah. He pulled her tight into her arms, blah, blah, blah. He thanked me for bringing her home safe. This one, probably?
Yeah.
It's either that or this, probably. But this is probably the right one. Yeah. So now we can open this up, presumably with turn myself in. Oh, actually, there's one here. We have 3 different things that could open this. Let's go see what they are. So the first one is the surrender. The second one is turned himself in, and the final one is surrendered. So they're all pretty much the same thing, I assume.
Yeah, let's just use the closest one.
Oh, well, it's not the closest one, but it is the one that we are currently on. Is Sewon alright? She says she had a great time at Auntie's house, and that she said she missed me, and that when she said she missed me, she was brought straight back home. I'm sorry I didn't contact you sooner. I knew you were out there searching, but I was too caught up in the moment. I didn't ask any questions. All I knew was that my daughter was gone for 3 days, but now she was back. And I know this sounds strange, but all I could say was thank you over and over again. I could bow 100 times over and it wouldn't be enough. Sewon's back, completely unharmed, and that's good enough for me. Detective Sewon is, well, she's been hurt in the past, and I can only blame myself for adding yet another wound to her young heart. I guess you could say that she was shot through the heart, and I'm to blame. Ellipses. Tell me, did that man surrender to the police?
I'm hungry.
Oh,
I didn't know we were dealing with Bon Jovi.
I've got wound opened up.
Yes. Wanna try and use that?
Yeah, see what it opens.
When did Sewon's mother leave you? And silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader, but Myung-ho refused to give in. I don't think we can open this up though, but we can try if you want. See what we need to
Well,
know.
it'll probably tell us what we're missing.
Oh,
Ah.
it does
Yeah, it
not,
doesn't tell us.
unfortunately.
Doesn't tell us the same thing. All right. Well,
Let's figure this out. When did she leave you? We've been divorced for about 5 or 6 years. I'm a monster, and I abandoning my wife, and she needed me most. But at the time, I thought it was all for the best. That we'd reached our limit, that we'd only hurt each other if we kept on living like this. That's what I told myself. When our eyes met, I would face the emptiness inside, and it was excruciating, because I knew that void can never be filled. If only we could have cried it out together and kept each other going. But we struggled to help each other. We were making no progress at all. And one day we realized it hurt more to deal with our pain together than alone. So we chose to go our separate ways. That was our decision. To run from our wounds instead of confronting them. To let the blade drop in the guillotine. Okay. I think we've hit every single one except for... Actually, I don't think we have death or birthday. And this switch is glowing for some reason. Which I think we might be able to unlock if they even let us. But we can see what they maybe want us to do.
yeah, clicky.
I need a key to unlock. Okay. That's what I thought. So the way you unlock key, it went by very briefly. If you get these, I didn't mention it earlier, but if you get these in the correct order under the right person, the segments will link together and become one single segment. But it doesn't matter the overall order. It only matters the order in relation to the one above or below it. So this could be...
Speaking, you could literally just go moving things around and it'll eventually solve itself.
Eventually. So this might be the first piece in the conversation underneath the mother.
You could monkey typewriter this whole game.
You could, by mashing. Eventually it will sort itself out, because you will just be limited to so few things. The other thing we could do is click one of these. But the only problem with mashing is you have to make sure that you have each one under the right person. But this could be the correct one. This could be the very first piece in this conversation. We just won't know unless this is the next piece. However, now that I've revealed that to you, you will know that none of what we currently have is in the correct order, in the sense that the individual pieces either
breaks
have
in
something missing or they are in the wrong order.
Alright, could we move down in the motherland?
Alright, yes. That doesn't mean that you don't currently have it ordered correctly. It could just be that you have things, you have testimony that you're missing that goes in between, or it could mean that you
True.
have pieces in here in between correctly ordered pieces that belong to somebody else.
Keeps going down a little.
Do you want to see these two sides or just the main one in the middle?
Just the middle.
Okay.
Keep going. Further. I think there was something along here that I was thinking earlier might go earlier.
This one? The stay on the line?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's one more beneath this. This was who we were on the phone with. And it looks like there might be one more below. But this is whoever's on the phone talking about the office and their summit, like company event or something. And so they were calling Hey Jung to see if she could show up for it. But you wanted to move this up. This on my way. You want to move it just all the way up to the top and then we can sift through and see? Or do you want to just mash it?
Well, let's just slowly move it up to the top and see if it links with anything on the way.
There we go.
Hey!
So if we do that 4 more
we have a
times,
time
we'll get a key. And we also now learn the date at which these events happen. So this conversation started on the 5th of February 2012 at 12:30. This happened at 12:39, the same day. Those dates will be important in the future, just in general, for knowing when all this stuff happened. Now, I think the only thing we have is either finding death or birthday, or opening up a new line of questioning with one of these shaking hashtags.
I think we have... Do we have a birthday lying around? I feel like we have a birthday lying around.
We do have birthdays.
Yeah.
So that opened up 2 new locked things as well. Pre-entrance day absentee list, caregiver certificate of employment, and this certificate of familial relations. I assume you want to open up this.
Yep.
Certificate. Choi Dong-young, date of birth September 15th, 1972, male, spouse. Seo-won Young, date of birth December 25th, 1974, deceased. Married March 5th, 2000, death September 1st, 2009. Child Choi Myung-ho, date of birth January 3rd, 2001, male. Child Choi Se-won, date of birth August 1st, 2004, female. Certificate issued February 4th, 2012. And then the City Hall. So this says the father was born in 72. He got married in 2000 when he was 28. Myung-ho was born in 2001 when he was 29. Choi Se-won was born in 2004 when he was 32. And Se-won is currently 8. Myung-ho is currently 11. and then his wife died. She was born in 74 and was 2 years younger than he was. She died September 1st, 2009, when she was 35. Saewon would have been 5, Myung-ho would have been 8. About. Oh. We also have this down here, which is redacted. But it looks like we can do something with it. We've already found the fragments. What is the correct date? So we need Saewon's mother's birthday.
Oh, let's just scroll back over there.
December 25th, 1974. Unfortunately... Well, this is probably just the month, right?
Crimberus. Crimberus.
Oh, how helpful. Okay, so now we can now we can look into redacted.
Do we have
If-
caregiver death or hospital lying around?
I think we have all three. So, let's see. We have death. We have hospital. And we have caregiver. So, either one of any three. Or any one of the three.
Let's use hospital.
Alright. That also is used for a new thing being opened up, which is there a special meaning to Saewon's name? Which can also be opened with name.
I assume we don't have name lying around.
Well, we can always check. No, we do not have name.
Well, probably save hospital for that then.
Alright, you want to use
use one of
death
the
or
other ones.
caregiver?
See what else death opens.
Okay. Just that for now.
Oh, we'll do it then.
How old was Saewon when Miss Shin Hae-jung first came to take care of her? I first met Hae-jung when Saewon was 4. That was a few years ago. When my wife died of illness, I was despondent. Didn't know how I'd raise the kids. But Hae-jung was there to support us. They're called caregivers instead of nannies these days, aren't they? Hae-jung is my children's caregiver. She's been coming in to look after the kids ever since my wife was hospitalized. She befriended them instantly. I don't know how we could have coped without her. Saewon even calls her mom and treats her like one too. I could never thank her enough. But now, I'm starting to think I relied on Hae-jung too much. I mean, she's not exactly family, is she? And this is... this lady. Do you want to try and open up name?
Yeah.
Oh, we also have this which just unlocked, which is Caregiver Certificate of Employment, which uses caregiver or birthday. We can do that after if you want. I know we have 2 caregivers.
Yeah.
And then... oh. Name and hospital. Wait, what was this other one that showed up? Oh,
Sure.
hospitalized and hospital. Let's just use hospital.
Yeah.
Is there a special meaning to Saewon's name? Saewon was born at 23 weeks. She weighed less than 700 grams. You're losing me. Her mother had just come out of the C-section and was about to be transferred to the ICU with the baby, but the nurse called for me. It was only for a few seconds, but she let me see Saewon. Saewon reminded me of Thumbelina, a fragile, precious little princess nestled in a bright red flower. She was so light I could barely feel her in my arms. I was scared she might float away if I so much as breathed in her direction. The nurse told me to have a look, but I didn't know how. I could barely see through my tears. I couldn't even get a proper look at my precious baby girl. And then, the first thing I did after that confusing meeting, I registered her birth. I sprinted straight from the hospital to the city hall registration desk. I didn't stop to catch my breath. Then I wrote down her name, Se-won. That's Se for rhinoceros and Won for origin. It's an unusual name, I know. At the time, I was thinking of the old saying about marching forward like the lone horn of the rhino. I thought of that strength. I put all my weight into each stroke of the pen, every last one of them. Dimitri, is that you? Hoping that the fragile piece of paper might help her somehow, that it might help root her to life, like a powerful anchor that kept her moored to us. Well, that wasn't very helpful, was it?
Well, I mean, we know it's not So-on's mother speaking.
Yeah, I guess so. Who do you think that is then? It's probably the dad.
I wonder.
Let's move it over here to the dad. Let's see if we can open up this, right?
Indeed.
Oh, we need Dunggun's and Haejung's relationship. We should be able to
Yeah, we
find
have that.
somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere in here, right?
Yeah.
First met, blah blah blah. Child's caregiver.
Yep.
Cool. So now we need caregiver and birthday. Oh, we just unlocked, I think, oh, that's new caregiver. I think we also just unlocked birthday or something. I know they're both caregivers. Never mind. Guess it
Well,
doesn't
that's
really
you.
matter, does it? Caregiver. Caregiver certificate of employment. Caregiver Shin Hae-jung, date of birth February 6, 1976. Client Choi Dong-gun, date of birth September 15th, 1972. We hereby certify that the blah 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 signed to duty since July 1st, 2009, blah 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 blah. Yuri Hana Support Center. Alright. Should get this out of the way, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we already had it open. Oops.
You never crossed out the city hall one either.
This other, yeah, no. There are a couple others I've missed as well. Some of it's just because it'll like rip the screen. It'll whip the screen back over to the place. We have a new thing that unlocked over here, or we could go through and maybe try and sort some more of these out. I don't know. Anything now that we have the support center and the city hall and the grandmother and the brother and the station, there might be more things that maybe
We got a
seem like
Chloe
it
over
could be
there.
We do. Silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader, but Myung-ho refused to give in. We need Haejung's birthday. How convenient.
Yeah.
February 6th. A lot of Februarys, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Playground Silence, Promise, or Hurt. I know we have Promise. We might still have a playground line around somewhere too, but I'm not sure.
Now let's check if we have a playground lying around.
I think it is just Hurt. I know we have Promise. I thought we had Hurt.
We might have already used it.
We might have already used it. Looks like it's just Promise. You want to use it?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh. It opened up this new thing, which I don't think we can... Oh, yeah, it's fully redacted. Oh, but it says we could unlock it.
Yeah, we can unlock it. That's
Do
good.
you want to see
Yeah,
what this
sure.
is? What Myung-ho carries around? Do you know what he carries around?
Wasn't it like a fucking umbrella or something?
Under his umbrella, Ella, A. This is still redacted, but we can use Promise, School, Hospital, or Time to unlock it. We have a lot more of those.
Yeah, we have
Looks
a lot
like we-
more of those.
Looks like we have a... I don't know exactly where it was looking for. 3 hours? Is that time? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
time.
We also have hospitalized and time.
Well, we've got multiple times. Might as well use one of
Alright.
them.
I'll use this for now.
Yep.
Why does that feel like it went faster than the previous ones? The umbrella, you mean? That's right. Whether he's going to school or some outing, he's always got an umbrella in hand. I've been thinking that way since my wife passed. There was something she always told the kids when she was in the hospital. She promised that she'd go ahead to heaven and watch over them from above. Myung-ho didn't say anything. All he did was sit in the distance and sigh, as I recall. I think he wanted to tell her there's no such thing as heaven, that if she wanted to watch over him, she should do it from Earth. It wasn't long before she passed. I only noticed after some time that Myung-ho always took an umbrella with him when he left the house. And then I remembered the exact promise his mother made. I mean it, Myung-ho. How about this then? Since I won't be able to pick you up from school on rainy days, I'll ask God to stop the rain if you ever forget your umbrella. So that did not open up any... Well, it gave us school, hospital, and promised. But it has not... Oh, which we could use for here for promise.
We can use that in a minute. But wasn't there a line about him carrying stuff around that we can line that one up with to see if they connect directly or if there's anything between?
Yeah, we can. Let's
AKA, just move it up repeatedly until it connects.
see. Yes. I think it's even in this one again. Let me check, though.
Where was it?
Maybe it was in a different one.
Huh?
Ah, this one. It's right here. If you notice, there's something he always carries around. Under the mom, currently.
Is there anything in there that
This is not MIA anymore.
you... is there anything in here that would lead us to believe it's not the dad speaking?
That is the dad.
I guess not. There's no...
No,
There's
for the
nothing
time
in
being,
here.
let's move that over to him then.
Alright. It's gonna put it at the bottom. But if we move this
Oh,
up...
we can just move it up.
Yep. They like-
Blam. And we get the timestamp.
Yes. So this, we'll go to the top, was February 4th at 4:39. And this was at the same day at 4:47. Now, I believe that is a different day than this one. Yes, this is the 5th.
Oh, is that the 5th? So why don't we just move this up a bunch? The 4th, I mean.
The 4th?
Yeah.
Well, because these are different people. This is
True.
the mother. We've locked this in as the mom. And we've locked this in as the dad. So once you get this right, what happens is you can't move the people. It'll definitively tell you these are correct. But we could move it up just in the timeline of the father. Each of these people's testimonies are independent of each other as far as time goes, though.
True. But we don't really know when each one started.
No. Yeah. So for all we know...
Why is Kawa starting a stream?
I don't know. I'm also gonna get a cough drop. These are the good ones. Well, these aren't the good ones. The really good ones taste awful. These ones are okay.
So what's the current situation now with this case?
Well, we kind of hit... Well, we have this last thing open. Silence is a heavy burden. But I believe everything we've summed up so far is... The daughter went missing at the park. Somebody turned himself in. said it was because he couldn't afford child support payments, or that's what it's presumed to be. The grandmother of the girl who went missing said not to listen to the guy who turned himself in. The mother had previously met with police officers. They were doing a welfare check, I guess, presumably because she missed her pre-entrance day at school. Everything was all in order and they left. And then within the next few days, presumably, she went missing. But she was returned home by the person who kidnapped her, safe and sound.
What?
Yep.
Wait, so she was returned by the person
Yep.
who kidnapped her, safe and sound.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we trying to figure out?
The middle
Wasn't
part.
there a line somewhere
The
that
middle
said
part.
something about her being dead?
Oh, yes. There's also this line here that says she's been dead all this time, but she's also been returned safely home.
So that's quite suspicious.
Yes. This testimony says she's been dead this entire time. There's another testimony which we're saying is presumably from the father, in which he backs up the statement that she is safe and alive. So, we can either try and unlock this, or we can open up new lines of questioning. This is
Well,
your
let's
deck.
open up what, go ahead and
a new
open up what
line?
we've got.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can use promise, and I think the other one is also promise. Yeah, promise.
Yeah, just use one of them.
I feel like it's getting faster. I feel like there's a set amount of time that they have for the line animation. Like it's just supposed to take a certain amount of time to get wherever it's supposed to go. So if it has to go really far up, it goes really fast. Silence
It's
is
like
a
the
heavy
TF2 kill cam.
Silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader, but Myung-ho refused to give in. He never backed down and never surrendered. So I investigated everyone I could. Residents, passers-by, local businesses, Nikkei 30, everyone. There's a little indent in the wall
Nice to
behind the
meet you.
flower beds.
I'm
You can see the
Sophistopheles.
playground from there, but not the other way around, at least for the children playing there. That's where you were hiding, wasn't it? To watch over them from Jafar.
Jafar.
When I went to the playground, I would hear the other mothers gossip about me and the children. Young-ho would have heard it too. I understand why people would get the wrong idea. Sewon calls me mommy. So it didn't hurt if Myung-ho hated me. I can only imagine how he felt whenever his sister called me that. A few weeks ago, Myung-ho told me to stay away from him, so I just wandered around for what seemed like forever and found that spot. Myung-ho, ellipses. I know he must hate the fact that I exist, but, ellipses. I, ellipses. I may not be his mother, but still ellipses. I promised Won-young that I would take care of them both. And now look what's happened. I only looked away for a second. I only took a second to rest because I'd been standing on my toes the whole time. So we are officially out of unlocked things. We can either begin clicking on these new ones to unlock new things, or we can start rearranging things. I will say, eventually, all of these will have to be rearranged and put under the correct person and in the right
So we should
time.
rearrange them.
So you can choose to do it now, or you can just get every single piece, just
I mean,
everywhere, spread out
theoretic-
wherever they show up, and then do it.
Theoretically speaking, if we start from the bottom on each layer where we know that something is correct as far as who's speaking,
Eventually,
pretty good chance it'll line up with another thing we already have in there.
eventually, yes, if you have, as long as the other linking piece is unlocked and in the right spot. If you want to brute force it, I think it would be easier if you just got everything everywhere and then tried to sort out who said what, and then just mash up and down. Or you can try and solve this as you go.
I think we should just open up new lines first. The shape
Alright.
key.
Yes. So we have kindergarten, taller, stationery store, candy, case unsolved.
I say we start with kindergarten, work way down.
Alright.
We've left that one there for ages.
Can you tell me anything about Say One's life at kindergarten or about the kindergarten teacher's testimony? These can both also be unlocked with crying or phone call. If that
Do
is
we
something
have a
that
phone call lying around?
we can check. We have a second cried. And we have a call. So we have one call and two crying. Oh, wait, no, we have one crying, one kindergarten, and one phone call.
Well, then I guess we use the kindergarten for the top one. Because we have a crying to open the bottom one with.
Oh, we actually have two phone calls.
Let's use phone call.
Alright. Yeah, perfect. This uses phone call, but we have two, so we can use one for this. I wish the not 999. I wish the Virtues Less Reward animation was this nice. Unlike this game, where it seems like it has a set time to get to wherever it needs to go, the Virtues Less Reward walking animation takes the exact same amount of time, no matter where you're going. You could be going into the next room, and it'll be just as long as if you're going halfway across the building. The only downside is, when you're going halfway across the building, it plays the walking animation for each single room that you pass through. It has to replay again. Peak game design. Honestly. Spend half the game just walking around trying to get to the places to solve the mystery. I've already explained everything to the other officers on the phone, Detective. Is she still missing? How could someone take her away in broad daylight in the middle of a condo complex? I heard her mother and brother were with her. They didn't see anything? I don't know if this will help, but, well, you asked me to tell you anything, so I guess I will. Seiwan is always optimistic and cheerful. She started at Eden last year, and I was surprised that she never shied away from any of us teachers. At first, I just took her for a friendly child. Then I realized that her brother came to pick her up instead of her mother, but she never asked where her mother was. No, not that that's a problem. Not at all. But, well, how should I put this? I suppose I've never seen her cry or get angry or even frown. So I always feel like I want to keep a closer eye on her, make sure she's okay. She's going to need a lot of attention and guidance. She's so cheerful and bright, but in a strangely fragile way. Does that make sense?
Well, we got another name there in there.
Eden Kindergarten, Sunshine Class Teacher.
Yep, we know who this goes to then.
Oh, and that was in the right spot. That's the first thing they said. This was
Yeah.
on the 4th at 2:25, so about an hour, 2.5 hours before the conversation that we placed with the father. And just to refresh everything, that conversation was this. How does Myung-ho feel? Blah, 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 blah. Remember the willow trees? Have you ever noticed? It's the umbrella. His mother made a promise that blah, 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 the rain, blah, blah. So this happened about 2.5 or 2 hours and 15 minutes after they called the school. We also unlocked a new crying with this as well.
Yeah.
So we have
Might
two
as well
cries,
use one of them. Let's use one of
and we have one kindergarten, or at least one kindergarten. But let's use a cry.
Cry or kindergarten?
Yeah,
I'd rather cry than go to kindergarten.
I can't figure out a way to make them work together. About the kindergarten teacher's testimony. I'm so grateful to her. I had no idea she was keeping such a close eye on Seiwan. There's something Seiwan always says to me. Mommy's the saddest person in the world. She never says that when your father is around, of course, but I think I understand what she means now. Sewon genuinely thinks that way. She couldn't handle it otherwise. That's why she refuses to cry, because then that makes her the saddest person instead of her mom. She couldn't handle it if she were the saddest person in the world, getting pity from everyone. That's probably how she sees it all. She's still so young. Ellipses. Children who are forced to grow up fast end up with better control of their emotions. And that, ellipses, breaks my heart.
Well, it's definitely not the dad speaking.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious.
You think? Who? The mom?
Ah, I wonder. Wonder who could
Well,
it be?
wait, who was it? Raeo?
Probably, yes.
You want the mother? Okay. We have a lot in the mom and the dad. We currently have nothing under the stationery store, one thing under the brother, and then a couple things over in these assorted people like City Hall, the grandmother, the daycare, and the school. And we have one thing under the caregiver here. So we now only have these things, unless you want to try mashing these to see if we can figure out what they want out of us. The day Sewon's mother was discharged. Well, we don't know that. We also don't have a key for this either. So, we can either try to get a key, we only need to correctly align 2 more things, or we can just open up more things. We have silence, stationery store, candy, taller, and a couple other things.
Oh, let's open up taller.
Do you think that she wishes she was a bit taller? That she was a shot caller? Okay. So we have, do you really think Mr. Kim Gang-suk is the culprit? Thank you for telling me, Myung-ho, and you seem to know Sewon's family well.
Let's go for the pink one.
I have to open the lock. Okay. Well, let's open the lock. The reasons to suspect Sewon's mother.
Clicky. And we'll just look through.
Alright. You're like, the game says I must know, so I must know.
Oh.
See, now you remember. Someone turned himself in. But you're still suspicious of Sewon's mother. Are you misremembering something? No, that's not it. My memories are hazy and out of order, but those were the exact conversations. Sewon's father clearly said, keep her completely out of her mother's reach. That's why he wanted us to keep the case unsolved. And there was more testimony. Alright then, let's start by looking for reasons to suspect Sewon's mother. Your doubts about her will unveil more of your clouded memories. Because it's undoubtedly true that Sewon's mother is the reason the girl went missing. Well, the game says we know, but does we know?
We does is have to know.
Yeah, we does we know?
This is thus no.
We does
Do we
is
know?
have to know.
Do we know?
What's in his pockets is.
Yes. I made a
By one wise man.
does he know thing in the while I was editing the video for the YouTube channel. There's just I've freeze framed at a moment and just put in the does he know?
Does he know?
Let me know when you want me to scroll down.
Scroll. We need 3.
Yes.
I think this case is going to remain unsolved.
How is everyone?
You don't think we're gonna solve it?
I don't think it
I
should.
don't think we're going to solve it.
You know what they say though? No case should remain unsolved.
Mine was more
It should
clever.
remain. Shouldn't remain unsolved, but it's gonna remain unsolved.
I scroll a little bit. Wait, actually, hold on. Scroll back up a little. Just a little more. Can't really tell under the blanket.
No.
No.
The
I
game,
thought
at
that
least the
sounded
game
weird
is
earlier,
kind.
but I thought
What?
that sounded pretty weird earlier.
Yeah.
But apparently no.
So scroll back down.
Yep.
I don't remember exactly where we were.
Well, would the keeper completely out of a mother's reach thing be a reason to suspect her then? There's gotta be one of them.
Yes. I think it's funny that that was even highlighted in green, like in the conversation with the mystery lady.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna move this
yeah.
over here so you can see what this does. Without this thing
I won't
blocking
be.
it.
I won't be here next stream. It's gonna be my birthday. That's why.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. No. Game, don't do that, please.
I have to
See,
go
never-
to the bathroom. I shall be right back, and then we shall continue.
Alright. Do you have any ideas on what could be sussy, Kawa?
The mother.
Among Us?
The mother among us.
TikTok. It's Kesha.
TikTok on the clock.
Nobody knows tonight. I see the sun. TikTok. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
I was looking for a bunch of songs from my workplace because that pisses off one of my mates. Because like
They had
you know how
TikTok.
some workplaces will have radios and stuff that will play,
Uh-huh.
and then so I ended up finding the entire playlist that our workplace plays. So, but because I had to make it all on Spotify, and one of the recommended songs was TikTok, and I was like, oh, this was the song Neon was talking about from that one
Uh-huh.
Keisha song as a channel name.
Yup.
It was like, that is actually a pretty good way to name it. If you know,
It's
you
just-
know.
Yup. It's exactly, it's spelled the same way too.
Yep.
And it's not We Are Who We Are. We Are Who We Are has a funny, like, origin story and how it was made. The guy who made it, Benny Blanco, well, one, he's funny because for a decent amount of the time that he was making songs, he's written songs for all sorts of different people. And for a while, he didn't know how to use Logic Pro to make his song. Like, he was using Logic Pro, but he didn't know how to change the speed or like the BPM of the song. So all of the songs that he wrote over the course of like 2 or 3 years all are just 120 BPM because it's just the default, and he didn't know how to change it.
Oh my god, that's like the first thing you learn because I use FL Studios. That's like the thing
Yeah.
you change like first thing when you want to make a song.
No, he was just like, I don't know how to do that.
I have
So
returned.
welcome back. But the thing for We Are Who We Are, the studio was like, listen, Benny, we got to get this song out. And he's like, fine, I guess I'll get to work on it. And he later said that when he was finishing the song, he just got super high, and they didn't have enough like material recorded to put in an actual bridge for the song. So what he did was he just took a clip of an earlier part of the song and just took one section of it and then just repeated it like 20 times and just put a different vocoder effect on each one and just changed the pitch to go up every time. And it's
Wait,
like,
which song
boom.
is that?
I think it's We Are Who We Are. I think that's We are. But it's like we are, like the letter R. Yeah.
Wah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, it's playing now. Did not want that playing. Okay, so
Oh.
reasons
Yep.
to
I know
suspect
which
the
lyric it
mother.
is.
Yeah, you can tell when you look at it. It's just there. It is.
It's just
All right. So, why is the mother sus? We can always leave this and go do something else.
Is it time to leave?
Keep
And
scrolling.
Cope.
Cope. Cope and
Cope.
see.
Yeah, Copenhagen.
Cope and see.
You know where that is on the map?
No.
I don't remember either. It's either Sweden, Norway, or Denmark.
Somewhere up there.
I think it might be the capital of one of them.
Scroll.
Yep,
I'm
it's
gonna
capital
scroll.
of Denmark. I was. Yep, I was
Nice.
right.
Scroll.
Tell me. I like that we can select ellipses as one of the reasons.
Well, let's try ellipses.
Yep,
Ah,
ellipses.
really? Thought for sure
Why
it
is she
was
suspicious? Silence.
I mean, I would think that would be a good reason, but apparently not. Game is clearly silly.
Yeah, you know? Another reason is tell me.
Yeah, tell me the reason.
Just tell me.
Yeah, tell me the reason.
ZZZZ.
The lowest factor.
It's like Batman. Like what was the it was Dark Knight trilogy was the one where he had the like
There's no
the
laws against Pokemon, Batman.
that was oh, was that me? I think that was me.
I'm the Dark
I think
Knight.
the
Monster's greatest detective. Wait, well, how does
think
that
that-
go?
I think the earbuds I was using are slowly running out of battery, so I might have to switch over to my headphones. But Dark Knight was the one where he's like, "Can you be trusted?" Right?
Yep.
Because it's the new one with the Riddler where he's like, "What have you done?" And he's like banging on the wall.
Yep.
Alright, let's scroll.
Is that really possible?
Might be my fault she's gone.
What was that?
Okay, I thought that would be not it, but I had to check just in case.
So you didn't feel
I-
stupid later?
Yeah.
I feel like we were making pretty good progress up until this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want a mulligan and I'll
Really,
just
we're supposed to know.
yeah? Do you want a mulligan and I'll just blast through these and select the ones I think it is until we find them?
Yep.
Do you think she was that supposed?
You can click on the pictures. That one isn't it.
Yeah, we've clicked on a picture before. Oh yeah, actually, let's look through all the pictures.
Laughing, crying. Swing set. In bed. Wheelchair.
Bros in a wheelchair.
Pot. It's Professor X before he lost his hair.
But when he didn't lose the hair, he wasn't in a wheelchair. You saw the movie.
This is a new revisionist version of X-Men. This is a different type of canon when he had Cerebro in the wheelchair.
W-man.
We find out the real reason Professor X is bald is literally just he thought it looked cool. He was
I
like,
got
"Hey,
the-
I have mind powers. Like, how cool? Like, how cool would it be to be a guy with mind powers who's bald? So you're like looking at my skull all the time. It's like, hey, he's a guy with mind powers."
I gotta find
No,
you this clip from On the Spot where one of the contestants, they did a superhero episode, and two of the contestants dressed up as Wolverine, not Wolverine, Cyclops and Professor X. And the fun part was that the fun part is that one of them didn't know anything about X-Men. He was the one dressed up as Professor X. And so the host asked him, he was like, you know what, I am curious, what is your origin story? And he gave his own version of the origin story. I gotta find that later.
What the hell? You know what's funny? You know the reason why Professor X is bald? Because he took Asmongold's secret sauce.
I was gonna say it's because he did
That's how he
1,000
became Voldemort.
push-ups, 1,000 sit-ups, and a 10-kilometer run every day.
Yep, instead of gaining super strength, he gained mind powers instead.
Yeah, he gained mental stability after going through all that. So we have this picture of her looking through the door. We also have Pensive Man and Crib and looking over the wall and Man at door. So do we want to go through this, or do we want to mulligan? Yeah, we were here.
You know this
Did we ever
remind me
click
of?
on that one?
This one?
The one that you were hovering over a second ago.
This
Did we
one?
click on that? The one right above. That's pretty far above.
Oh.
Present. Just in case. I don't know how loose or tight it is going to be with direct correlation here.
Yep. I think I am going to have to switch this. So if I suddenly cut out, if I cut out, no, I'm still good here. Cool. It looks like I am temporarily. Thanks, Mike, for being quick on that switch.
We love the
The
switch.
wireless earbuds I was using just died, so I had to put my headphones in.
Rest in peace, wireless earbuds. Are you gonna bury them now?
No, I'm gonna plug them in.
I remember seeing something like that, like ages ago, where somebody said their headphones died and made a funeral for the headphones and buried it.
I know Berlizzi did, because at one point during like an ad read or something, he like turned around or he moved his hand very quickly and he hit his headphones and he sent them flying across the room and they broke.
Oh my god. Rest in peace. Were they really good ones?
They weren't like super fancy.
Uh, I would have a funeral for these headphones. These headphones are amazing.
I would not have a funeral for my current headphones.
Alright, so what are we doing?
We're looking for a reason that the mother is sussy. Or we can back out and pursue something else. But
So
On
what
one
was the
hand,
evidence so far of the mother?
on one hand, I am being very stupid here. On the other hand, this feels very important.
yes. Do we want a mulligan?
I mean, there is nothing stopping us from just brute forcing this one. Other than
Yeah.
just, there's a
Yeah.
lot of things to click.
Yeah. I think I have some ideas.
Well, we could also suspect the English teacher for saying that she was dead, even though
Yeah.
she returned alive, which is suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Why would she think
Did
she's
he
dead?
say that?
Did he say that?
Oh, it's he, the ex-English teacher.
Let's see.
Do we know that's his line?
Go up. Oh yeah, you passed it.
Yeah,
Someone
But do we
dead.
know that's in the right column?
We won't unless we back out of this temporarily. Then the
That's
icons
what-
will show up.
Yeah, let's just get out of this for a minute. We will come back to this shortly.
Okay. Yes, this can be changed. That doesn't mean that it's not in the right spot. But it could be in the wrong spot.
Wait, so that could be in a different message
could-
line, or
This could be a different message line. It could also just be in the right spot, but either before or after one of these, or before or after something that we currently don't have unlocked, or is currently misplaced in a different message line.
Wait.
yeah. So that might be
Hold
that
on. Scroll
message right
around.
there might be the key.
Scroll around in the Sewan's mother line.
Like just up and down?
Yeah, just up and down. Wasn't there a line about responsibility somewhere in here?
Are you talking about the
Or was that in a different line?
Incoming ad break.
Thought it was in this one.
Are you talking about this one? The one talking about that man, that one? I don't
No.
think there's any other
I thought there was
responsive.
something.
Oh, you're thinking about this one?
You know who else I think is suspicious?
Who?
I'm Sophistopheles.
It was the cat in the dining hall. With-
Sophistopheles.
Yes.
Sophistopheles.
It was the cat in the arboretum with the bad TTS. Yeah, so we can either go through these, or I can just go through and see if I can pinpoint the ones from the last time I played this.
Alright, you know what? Let's just open up something for now and come back to this soon.
Okay. So we have stationery store, candy.
Let's do candy, because that probably won't take long to exhaust.
Candy.
I can't possibly take. Why is there so much connected to that?
We have, could you tell me now what happened when you last saw Say One? Some sort of redacted locked thing, and we've received testimony that directly contradicts your claim. I will
That
say,
contradicts your claim.
this one is the only one we can do. We currently do not have any of the
Yeah,
unlocked
we don't have.
testimony
We
for
don't
this.
have the things for the. Well, we've only got one. We can use it on what else? Yeah.
Could you tell me now what happened when you last saw Seiwon? We always used to buy Seiwon candy from the stationery store on the way home. No, stationery, not stationary. This was a stationery store that moved. You might even be able to call it Howell's Moving Stationery Store. But we didn't buy her candy recently, because Auntie doesn't come out with us anymore. I told Seiwon to stay where she was and went to the stationery store. I ran right over, which was pretty easy, considering that the stationery store was stationary and not mobile. The stationery store is just up the steps over the fence. It's really quick, I swear, since it's stationary. I was only there for a bit and I ran back, but she wasn't there. Lipsies. I called her name like, Seiwon, but she didn't come. Only Auntie did. I started crying Lipsies, and Auntie said I shouldn't tell anyone she wasn't with us. She told me hashtag not to say anything at all, just like that monkey we saw at the temple.
Well, not to say.
Oh, you want this?
Yeah.
That opened up. We know you weren't at the playground. Was your son still there? I was under the impression that both children were at the playground. It's okay if you don't want to talk, Myung-ho. I don't mind waiting.
Young Ho, because that one will be pretty easy to move.
It's okay if you don't want to talk, Myung-ho. I don't mind waiting. But at Myung-ho, could you hashtag promise me that once you're ready, you'll talk to me? Ellipses. 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 I wonder who this could be.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and move that over.
Nyum. Okay. So.
Let's try moving that up one just in case.
Da-da-da-da.
Hey!
So this happened on the 3rd at 6:32, and this happened the same day at 6:38. So this happened before the conversation with the mother and the father, which happened on the 4th and the 5th. Or I guess the conversation with the father happened on the 4th, the mother at the 5th. This happened before both of those on the 3rd. Or at least the segments that we have confirmed.
One more of these and we get a key, right?
Yes. And then we can open up this, potentially this, or this. And we also have, thank you for telling me, you seem to know Seiwon's family well, and was your son still there?
Now let's try and open up that, see if we have anything for it. I think we still have at
Probably
least one.
playground and silence,
Yep.
either one.
Now let's use playground.
That is connected to 4 different things: 2 pinks, a purple, and a blue. I believe the silence one might also be connected to multiple things as well.
Wait, what was the purple?
The purple is the day that Seiwon's mother was discharged from the hospital.
Which we don't have.
No.
Alas. Is silence connected to anything right now?
I think it's connected to a couple different things. Yeah. This one and
That's
this
also
one.
connected to playground. So
Yeah.
let's just use one of them here.
All right.
Doesn't matter which.
Was your son still there? I was under the impression that both children were at the playground. Myung-ho said he was with Se-won the whole time, but he had no idea where she'd gone. I scolded him. You're not making any sense. I was so desperate that I was too harsh with him. Even though it's my fault Se-won's disappeared. I failed them both. Please don't ask Myung-ho for information. He won't tell you anything. So we have these 2 blues, or once again, if we get one more of these in the right spot, we get a key.
Scroll down just a touch.
Oops.
Oh.
There we go.
The whole "it's my fault" immediately has me wanting to throw that into the mother category.
You wanna?
Kinda, yeah.
Well, let's move it for now. And we still have thank you for telling me. You seem to know Se-won's family well. And then 3 reasons to suspect Se-won's mother. We knew you weren't at the playground. We received testimony. We can technically do this, but it won't make sense until we get something else. Like, we can technically unlock this, but it's not going to make sense until we've gotten something else. So even though we could do this, I'm going to recommend we don't do it, because it'll just be confusing.
Yep. Let's try and unlock the thank you for telling us.
Thank you for telling me. That needs, school. Just use this one.
Yeah.
That also opens up. You received a notice from the school board, correct? It says in our file she didn't attend pre-entrance. And we received testimony that you spoke on the phone with a City Hall employee and told them Se-won couldn't attend for personal reasons.
We'll do those later. Let's stay on topic here.
Alright. Thank you for telling me. I heard you're in 5th grade at elementary school. With your height, I bet the girls won't leave you alone. You're hashtag very underscore tall for your age. Is it because you take after your mom? Ellipses. 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 I, ellipses. Ellipses, I take after her. I, ellipses. Really? Am I really like her?
Well,
Wanna
let's
move
move
that
that
over?
over.
Da-da-da-dum.
Hey!
Oh. Are we
And
being
now we have a
baited?
key.
Are we being baited? Oh, there's one invisible dot I can't see because of the screen color. We need one more. We've been got. I can fast track a key if you want. And just put something in a place where I know it's supposed to be.
No.
Okay. Well, we still have this, and we have 2 more blue ones down there.
Well,
As
we
well.
just got a tall. Let's use it.
He wishes he were a bit taller. That he was a baller, a shot caller. You seem to know Se-won's family well. Myung-ho's family, well, I've seen them since the children were little. Must have been, say, 3 or 4 years now. When they first moved in, I was sure Myung-ho was close to finishing elementary school. He's tall for his age, and he's very quiet, that one. His mother was picking out supplies for younger kids, so I showed her to the shelves older children might like. She laughed and said, he gets that a lot. Ellipses. Myung-ho is mature beyond his years, and I don't mean his looks. It's not normal for kids his age to only think of themselves. Oh, it's normal for kids of his age to only think of themselves, but he's always hanging back and letting his sister spend all his pocket money. And this is a picture of him. Look at him. Look at his face. He looks so smug. So. Want to move this? Want to go to the other 2?
Thinking. What is the glowy at the top right now? In the
This is the we've received testimony.
Ah,
We can do it because we have something that contradicts the claim. The problem is we don't know what the
we
claim
don't have to
is,
claim.
but we do have evidence that contradicts it, which is why I said we just shouldn't do it because it won't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what we were at before. Want to move over to the other two, or
Yeah.
okay?
Z
We
Z
received
Z
notice from the
Z.
school board, and we received testimony. You spoke at City Hall and told them say one can attend for personal reasons.
How many
We can have-
schools we got?
Let's
A
see.
few.
We've got, well, that's hospital. That's school. That's hospital. So 2 hospitals and a school. 2 hospitals and 2
Yeah.
schools.
Oh, let's use a hospital.
Okay. You received the notice from the school board, correct? It says in our files she didn't attend pre-entrance day. I'm just here to check in and make sure everything's alright. The world's a dangerous place these days. I've been told City Hall personnel have spoken with Sewon's grandmother already, but they just wanted to be sure. Is Sewon alright? Of course she is, Detective. You must have your hands full checking up on every absence in the district. You'll see when she wakes up. Sewon's as healthy as a horse now. She'll have no trouble going to school. All that time in the hospital was tough on her, but she's grown up so strong. I'm proud of her. Sewon's been no end of trouble since I was pregnant with her. I think she takes after her father. She was born premature. The doctor scared us every time we went in for a checkup, about how one thing could go wrong and then something else, and on and on. I don't remember how many waivers and consent forms I had to sign, but I always knew she'd be alright. How those little hands were going to get bigger and stronger one day. No need to worry, I'm taking very good care of her. Sewon's father and I are no longer together, but my mother and I are doing our best to give her everything she needs. And I'll make sure she comes out to the first day of school. Thank you for checking in. Oh, I think the rice is ready. Would you like to join us for food, Detective?
Well, we know what line to move it to.
Yep, considering it also had a picture of her. And this is the grandmother.
Yep.
You probably have a pretty good idea of when this happens as well, right?
Yep. I vaguely recall the line, but I don't remember where in here the line was. There we
So,
go.
are you here yet? I think the rice is ready. So we got 2 out of that.
Hey.
So now, we can open up the absentee list. Why didn't you report any of this? Or redacted.
Redacted.
You want redacted?
Yeah.
Cool. So now
Redacted.
we need stationery store, candy, or hurt.
We have stationery stores all over the place. At least one.
So this opened up, received testimony, but I assume you want to go over this redacted.
Yeah.
Redacted.
Yeah, whatever. We can open up the store later.
This isn't your fault as much as it isn't Myung-ho's fault. I almost forgot to congratulate you. Happy birthday, Miss Shin. Today's your birthday, correct? I know this might not be the best time, but I think you should know. I paid a visit to the stationery store Myung-ho goes for Sewon's candy, and I spotted this. Apparently, Myung-ho picked up Sewon's usual candy and a birthday card. The owner said he took a long time trying to decide which to get. I wondered why he'd get a birthday card of all things. But now I understand. You're the only one. Ellipses. Thank you. I always thought Myung-ho hated me. I wasn't trying to take his mother's place, but I assumed that's what he thought. How could I be so stupid? I should have known better, knowing how badly he'd been #hurt. Detective? What happens to Sewon's mother now?
Oh, hey.
Yep. So, this happened on the 6th at 10:38 a.m. 3 days after the conversation with Myung-ho, 1 day after the conversation with the mother, and 2 days after the conversation with the father. So
Well, we got a couple things at the bottom left that opened up earlier.
yes. Testimony about the city hall employee. Did you happen to see this boy when you're at the playground? And testimony that Seiwon is a regular.
Testimony that Seiwon is a regular. Let's go.
All right, and we can just use this stationery store. We received testimony that Seiwon's a regular. Did anyone from her family drop in today, or Seiwon herself on her own? Today? No, not Seiwon and not her brother either. May I ask what the police want with them? You're not the first to come looking for her today. Is this about Myungho's mother? The thing is, Myungho's only been coming with Seiwon these days. He used to come with his mother all the time when he was younger, but I haven't seen her in quite a while. Is she doing alright? I'm gonna move this over to the stationery.
Yep.
Alright. And this is the testimony that we can contradict.
Yeah, so let's move that up one for now. As well.
Proof the shopkeeper is lying. Oh, it really wants us to do this first.
Alright.
Do you want to just mulligan it?
Oh, at least it saves the one that we input earlier.
It did. Just
That is
all
handy.
the way. Actually, I think we went past it. Where is it?
There is so much stuff in here.
Yeah. Do you want me to just go through them and I'll see if I can remember and then explain?
Let's start from the bottom. My fault, Seiwon's disappeared. Let's just check. Just click here. Of course not.
Now, I will say, for some of this stuff, there are very specific things that have to be... The only things we're looking for are things that either she said or things that are said about her. So,
Yeah.
some of the things that we have in all of these are just not in the right spot. So some things that look suspicious aren't actually suspicious because the person who actually said them aren't the people that we think.
Makes sense. Likewise, something could be not suspicious by pure virtue of being in the wrong spot.
Yes. There could be something that seems like it makes sense, but it's because we currently have it under the wrong person, or it just appeared naturally where it spawned.
Scroll up. 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 Man, there is a lot.
Yep. I don't know how well you can see this on the Discord thing, but this is the overall map that you can use.
Yeah, I can see it. Okay. "46 out of 54."
Oh, yeah, that means that we have 46 of the 54 different segments unlocked.
Ah, not that far off.
No.
And then we'll have to put them all in the right place.
Yep.
Ugh.
It's kind of like solitaire. The further and further you get into it, the easier it becomes.
True, true.
You hit that like middle point where you just got the cards everywhere and you're just like, what is happening?
I would once again say true, true, if I knew how to play solitaire.
Oh. I think you can play it on Google. I think there's like Google Solitaire that you can play just by putting solitaire into Google.
I'd rather play the funny, no internet Google game.
Yes. Okay. You ready to move up?
Yeah.
How about this? How about I'll just tell you whether or not there's something in the section.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's not this one. And it could be something in here. If you think that any of these seem suspicious.
We did click a couple in there earlier.
We clicked this one. And I think we clicked this one. Oh, no. Did not click that one. But we have now.
Well, we're almost here.
Yep, and there are no more in that one. It is not in this one. I also do not think it's in this one either. I want to check what's in here. It's not this. I want to find the first one that we selected here. Oh, it went away because we already selected it. We can't select it anymore.
Ellipses. Scroll down. There's a touch. Ellipses. Might have to wait a while.
Yes. Do we want to just start clicking wildly?
Do you know if it's something that's in one of the other lines?
I'd have to go through all the other ones, but there are a couple I have ideas about, and they are in other lines.
Yeah, let's scroll off to the side and see if there's anything.
Alright. So we got she was with me, needed the money. Today, not so on, not her brother, first come looking. Used to come with his mother all the time, but I haven't seen her. Is she doing alright? Went to the playground, hear the other mothers gossip about me and the children. Young Ho would have heard it too. I understand why people would get the wrong idea, so one calls me mommy. Truth is, she's dead, been dead all this time. A few weeks ago, Myung Ho told me to stay away from him, so I just wandered around. I know he must hate the fact that I exist, but I may not be his mother, but still. She's with her family, made sure she had something to eat for dinner before I dropped her off. Only looked away for a second. I'd only took a second to rest. Wondered again and again if I should just leave the girl and run. Detective, I was being stupid. The girl's father, she pulled her tight. Knelt in front of him and apologized, but he bowed and he thanked me. I always thought Myung-ho hated me, wasn't trying to take his mother's place.
What happens to the mother now? Down. Oh, come on.
Accept punishment, blah blah blah. Lift in sincere contrition. Never one for prayer, no matter how deep you dug. Refused to pray, even when the baby's sick. That's what he doesn't understand. Prayer is the reason we've been so blessed. All he does is get angry, can't change things. He really did take her, maybe it's because he couldn't afford child support. Always been complaining. I told him it was a critical time. Maybe divorced, he's still her father, even now. I suppose he's trying to change things without her. And then
Not really too much else in there.
there's nothing in the brother. I'm just gonna tell you that.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. That much was obvious enough.
Nothing in the City Hall thing. They're just talking about the easy bonus check. Then we have, is she still missing? How could someone take her away in broad daylight? I don't know if this will help. I guess she will. She's always optimistic and cheerful. Realized her brother came to pick her up, never her mother, but she never asked where her mother was. No, that's not a problem. I assume my daughter
Never
took
asked
her.
where the mother was. Yeah.
So now we can unlock this with tall name or playground.
I know we have name lying around.
Call me by your playground.
Oh, the playground also works.
Call
Don't have
me
much
by
to use, though.
your name. Call me by your taller.
Yeah,
Call
just use one of
me
them.
by your playground. We got 2 playgrounds, so. Use one for that and one for this.
Yep.
Do you really think Mr. Kim Gang-suk is the culprit? I don't know. Do you really suspect him, detective? Even if he were in financial trouble, I don't think he would stoop that low. We all saw him vent after all. Instead, Detective, I'm not trying to defend Gang-suk. I'm only telling you what I saw. There was a woman skulking around that playground, always hanging back. I thought she was sussy, because I kept running into her when I went around looking for Sewon. She was in her 30s or early 40s, a little on the tall side, maybe around 10 centimeters taller than me. She was always looking at the playground from afar, always behind the wall behind the flower bed. You wouldn't see her unless you were really looking. But she could probably keep an eye on the kids at the playground if she really craned her neck. I saw her there, standing on her toes, trying to look over the wall. By the way, detective, what was the name of the girl Gang-suk confessed to taking? This was my conversation with Sewon's mother, right? Probably. I don't understand. She acts as if she knows the man who turned himself in, and asks about her kidnapped daughter as if she's a stranger. It's frightening. Was she having a disassociative episode? Ma'am, do you remember the things that made you stand on your toes? What does that have to do with anything? In my case, ellipses, I only really stood on my toes for one reason. Question mark? Affection. To keep my eyes on something or someone that I really cared about. Ellipses. Ma'am, you were on the force for nearly 30 years. This is the only case you left unsolved. Remember how you closed that file and placed it on the cabinet? Were you standing on your toes? So now we know you weren't at the playground, and proof the shopkeeper is lying. As well as...
I honestly have more stuff going on in the music now that things are getting deeper.
Yep. We also have testimony about the City Hall employee that she couldn't attend for personal reasons. And did you see this man?
Did you see this man?
What do you know? Want to unlock this one?
Yeah.
Can he be trusted? Did you happen to see this boy when you went to the playgrounds with Sewon? You know that playground near the stationery store, right? I saw that boy a few days ago. He went from the playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why Ceylon was sticking so close to that boy. Why do you ask, Detective? Does the boy have something to do with this case? So now we have testimony and the 2 pink locks that we can do.
Let's look at the pink locks.
Alright. We know you weren't at the playground, and proof the shopkeeper is lying. We're gonna have to submit evidence for both of these. This one is her location when Seiwon vanished. The other one is proof that the shopkeeper's lying.
Well, let's do this one.
Alright. So where was she? The afternoon of the 3rd.
Away from the playground looking over a wall?
Alright. Let's see. We can find that. Probably this part, right? When she's talking about this is sussy lady. Oh, he's behind the wall. Alright. So now we can open this up, or expand this.
Let's go for
I'm
it.
hungry.
We don't have playground or silence. So we are stuck with either testimony about the City Hall employee, unlocking this, opening up a new line of questioning, or gathering enough correct
Let's
placements.
go for the testimony.
Okay. So that takes phone call, school, or time. There's time here.
Yeah, let's go with time.
Receive testimony, blah blah blah, City Hall employee, blah blah blah. You live with your daughter? The pre-entrance day, what was it my daughter said now? A slight cold, I think. Yes. Ah, I remember now. I knew it was pre-entrance day, so I asked my daughter later how it went. I don't live with her, of course, but I'm in the area and drop in from time to time. It's just, I don't want to leave her alone for too long, spending all her time wallowing in misery. I do remember that I was visiting a few days ago when that City Hall employee called. He asked me the same thing you did, Detective. So I think I said she was doing well, that I was taking perfect care of my granddaughter. Detective, this is ridiculous. It was just one missed pre-entrance day at school. What are you interrogating me for?
Oh, let's move that over.
To the grandma?
Yeah.
The grandma. So, I believe the only things we have left are we knew you weren't at the playground, the lock, or moving things around. If you wanted to move this around. Or anything
let's
else.
just move. Let's move the new grandma dialogue up and down and see if it connects.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. So this was on the 5th at 2:10, and this was at 1:17. That was quite a little bit of time in between, and this was the day after she went missing. So now we have we know you weren't at the playground and proof that he's lying.
Now let's look for proof he's lying.
He's a liar. You know what the proof
Alright. What was he lying about again?
His testimony, his claim. So his claim is that nobody came into the stationery. Well, that neither Seiwon nor her brother came into his store today. And that he used to come with his mother all the time when he was younger, but he hasn't seen her in a while, and he wonders if she's doing okay.
Oh, didn't we have something about them both going into the stationery store?
We did. I know about where it is, so I'm just gonna go down to it so you don't have to We don't have to go through this whole...
I work.
It does.
Yeah.
Now we need candy or time. This is lie.
Shouldn't we move the testimony up preemptively?
We can.
That way it'll line up when we.
Yeah. So we need lie, candy, or time. We have a lie here, and we have candy here.
Let's just use candy.
You don't think there's going to be something later on that is incredibly important to candy?
Nah.
You're back, which means you're still searching, I take it. I tried to think of anything suspicious, but nothing.
I'm still searching.
But the truth is, well, yes, Myung-ho was here. I'm sorry for hashtag lying to you. I didn't think it was important. Well, you see, I didn't want you to think badly of Myung-ho. He's a good boy at heart. I'm very sorry, I truly am. I should have told you up front. What time did he come into the store again? I believe a little after 3:30, I believe. Well, nothing out of the ordinary. He looked like he was in a rush, and when I asked, he only said he had to go back quick. He went straight to the usual candy shelf and picked out a bag, so I assumed it was for Sewon. It's your favorite brand. You know, the pink candy that's so big your cheeks puff up like a squirrel? I told you before, Young-ho is very mature for his years. But that day, I saw him squatting in front of the greeting card shelf for a long time, with the candy still in hand. Eventually, he came up to the counter and paid for the candy, but he wouldn't look me in the eye. I thought it was strange, so I went over to check the shelf, and, well, one of the cards was gone. I was disappointed in the boy, of course, made up my mind to give him a stern talking to, but at the same time, well, I felt sorry for him. I can only imagine what went through his mind when he was squatting there in front of that shelf. It did not link. Well, if we get, looks like, I think 3 more, we can unlock one of these. If we find out the day her mother was discharged, we can unlock this. And we still have this for playground or silence. But we don't have anything that connects to it. So, the only thing we have left now...
I shall stick around to do 1 or 2 more of these things, and then I'm gonna have to head out.
And then you'll have a fun time trying to remember what is happening next week.
Indeed.
Unless that Minecraft account comes
Do we have
back.
playground?
We do not have any of these. So we can either open up some new...
Well, let's open. Let's try and open something up.
Okay. Let's see. We still got case unsolved, I believe. We have school, which might link to something. Why did you turn yourself in? You have to open the lock. Well, can we open that lock? The day Sewon died, but we don't know that yet. So that's not very helpful, is it? Maybe she's Schrodinger's Sewon.
Gets kidnapped. Gets brought back home. Goes missing again and dies.
We've been thinking about this fundamentally the wrong way. It was actually she just got kidnapped twice.
Yeah, clearly.
This isn't one case, this is just 2 cases. Easy. Boom.
Yep. The
Or
first case is solved. It's the
she's-
second case that wasn't.
she's Schrodinger's Sewon. She's both dead and alive. We have school. Can't think of any more connected memories. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Okay, let's go through. What else is rattling around? Oh, name!
Oh yeah, there we go.
You! How helpful. Redacted.
How
Want to check out Redacted?
Redacted. Ooh.
How Sewon's grandmother instructed for the kidnapping? We don't know that.
What?
We don't know these questions before. What? I have played these games before. We have divorced as
We
well.
have you've played this game before.
I have played this game before.
I've seen these games before.
He's you for real.
Yeah. No cap. Bussin'.
Well,
On
let's click on
God.
divorced. Divorce. Divorce.
Tell me how you took Sewon. When was the last time you saw Sewon's father? Do you call him often? Did you used to call him on your cell phone?
Let's see. Explain.
I used to call me on my cell phone.
Late night when I kidnapped our child. So we have divorced here. I think this is it.
I don't wanna holler bling.
Divorce.
That one Drake song.
Yes.
You know what? You should make a voice call channel and what's it called? In your server and just call it that one Drake song.
That one Drake song. Oh no, I think my mic arm is my mic thing is all messed up. Oops. I'm just gonna take this off for now. I think the thing for my pop filter maybe is slowly starting to bend and come undone. So I'm just gonna take it off for now. Okay. Ooh, yeah, no, that doesn't. That's starting to not look good. And that's totally gonna fall down at some point, but it'll be okay. I was a junior high school teacher, English teacher, all my career, ever since I finished teacher's college and military service. But after the divorce, I quit my job at the school and started tutoring and doing cram school gigs. And while my income isn't particularly stable, I needed the money. I'm sorry. I went to the playground intending to kidnap any child who seemed to be alone. I was there for more than 30 minutes and saw a little girl playing by herself for a long time, so I lied to her. But once I brought her with me, I got scared. I didn't even know how I would even ask her parents for a ransom. That's how it was. I was afraid and decided to stop. Nothing more. Could it be that the father
Could it be
kidnapped his
that
own daughter?
Could it be that he's an ex-English teacher?
I don't know. He did say that he taught English and then retired or quit.
Yeah.
You want to try moving this around?
Yeah, might as well.
Link, start.
There we go.
So this is the 5th, 2 days after the disappearance at 7:43. It's almost 11:45.
Yeah, I say we'll do one more and then I'll head out.
All right. Now, I assume you want to do. We can either do when was the last time you saw, or did we unlock this now? I guess we got to do last time we saw, or try and arrange 2 more things to get a key.
We got a new thingamajiggy to click on.
Oh yes, we got that was not
Lied.
over here. We got lied.
Let's
Lies.
click on lied. That's
Elfin
a lie.
lied? What if I told you there's no need for lying? Please don't lie to me, Myung Ho. It's not your fault, Myung Ho. We can answer 2 of these. You want to go after one of these?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to see what they
start
ask
with
us?
the
So
top.
this is Myung Ho that shows his mixed feelings about Hae Jung, and this is what he stole.
And what he stole. We are. It's really easy. That was very recent.
What did
Go
he
over
steal?
to the card.
Gods. He stole cards. So now we need lie or death. We have lie.
We got a few lies, I think.
We got
At least
lie.
one or two. Yeah.
I can't believe he elfin lied. Please don't lie to me, Myung-ho. Didn't you say that Auntie was telling the truth? What is this? Is he gonna do like a spirit bomb or something? Ellipses. Auntie told me that lying is not about what's good, but what's necessary. She said lying wasn't always a bad thing. It's the bad lies that are really bad. Mom said she'd watch over me from heaven. She said she'd watch over us even after she #died. But that was a lie, right? There's no such thing as heaven. But Sewon doesn't know that. She's so stupid. Mom was lying. But does that mean that Mom was a bad person?
Alright, let's do the testimony.
Link start. What are his mixed feelings on Haejong?
They sat for a while in front of the card.
In front of the car?
Yeah. Card. Sat for
Oh.
a while there. He. What was the other thing?
This one?
Young Ho's testament. That shows he has mixed feelings.
Yeah. So his
The
the
Myung-ho
brother's
did.
mixed feelings about the caregiver.
But his testimony that shows he has mixed feelings.
Yeah.
So it would have to be in his line then.
Presumably. You think it's ellipses?
One of those ellipses. Ah. I think that's his favorite word is ellipses.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah.
He's currently at 10.
I thought it was poggers.
Myung
I
Ho
guess he
would say
wasn't chanting
poggers.
enough.
Do you want me to mulligan this because it's kind of weird if I'm remembering correctly?
Should we?
He doesn't exactly have many lines.
No. It's this. It's the hesitation about saying that, responding to him taking after the caregiver. Because, he says, the officer says, "You're very tall, is because you take after your mom." And he goes, "Dun, dun, 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 dun. I take after her because the mom that they're referring to here is the caregiver here, who's stated to be very tall." Like I said, it's kind of weird. So,
Okay, thank you, Raeo.
there's no need for lying. Want to do this one, or do you want to just save it? We can probably do this, get one more key at the
Yeah,
start of...
we'll do that, get one more key, and then
What do you
start up
think, Neil?
next session with using the key.
Okay, so you want to get to the key first.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's just go here.
We'll find the truth with a lie.
I'll reveal the truth with a lie. What if I told you there's no need for lying now? What if your lie is the bad kind? The kind that's only gonna hurt Hanti and Sewon? Why is not saying anything a lie? That's omission of truth. If I say what really happened, then Auntie sounds like the bad guy. Duh. But she's a good person. It's my fault, not Auntie's. It's all my fault.
Blam.
And
key.
we have a key.
Alright.
And thus ends this installment of No Case Should Remain Unsolved. Except it's currently remaining unsolved.
Yeah. It's gonna remain unsolved till next week.
In which nobody will remember anything.
Yep. So it shall remain unsolved.
Yes. Will we remember what happened? I will.
No.
But that's just because I've beaten this game twice.
Meow.
Will we ever figure out why the screen just goes black when I tab out? Also no.
Wait, you about to leave, Raeo?
Yeah. Are you gonna hit Shadow Wizard Money Gang? You love spells? You love casting spells.
Wait,
All
wait,
right.
hold on.
Mhm.
No, I didn't
I
prepare it
finally did this
beforehand.
stream.
I found something funny to put in the soundboard, but I didn't put it in. It was a Harry Potter version of Not Like Us.
Oh no.
It was
Alright, play it.
Daniel Thrasher had a new video called "When You Accidentally Invent a Song That's Already Been Written," Part 8. And at the very end, he was like, "I've got this one," and he starts playing "Not Like Us." And he intros it by saying, "I've been really into rap recently," and his teacher's like, "Rap?" And he's like, "Yeah, I met this guy named Drake recently, and we were talking." And he started playing the song, and he was like, he was really into Harry Potter. And the teacher's like, Daniel, no, you can't say that Drake is a Potterphile. We'll get sued for defamation. And then he does the dun 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 dun, and then he says, trying to cast a spell, and I think it's Wingardium Leviosa.
Rayo's already gone. I
Yep.
agree.
I might wait. I might have the. I can't add it to the soundboard right now, but I might have. I do have the full. I downloaded the video so I could put the audio in. So I do have the audio for it, but I definitely can't put it in now because it's just gonna play like the full 5-minute video, and I can't scrub through it. But yeah,
Wait, Neon, can you pick the stream real quick?
yes. Oh, nice.
See, I'm on the SMP.
Yeah.
Notice anything new?
Oh, wow. The gate. It's got the tower gate, the castle gate. It's got real towers.
Yep.
It's got spinning rats.
Look how long.
What the-
Look how long it is.
Oh, it got very long.
Dude. Dude. Do you people ever sleep?
Well, in
This
Kawa's
took me
fairness,
ages.
I did opt both of you. So,
Did he cheat?
So I just sped it. I sped it up because it was gonna take me way too long. But, anyways, it was worth it because see, look.
when I inevitably have my account suspended and must purchase Minecraft for a third time, I will continue to do all of my building legit. What else am I going to use all that stone for?
Stone.
Stone.
Stone. Can you see this?
Yes.
I see.
Do you still have the banners that you made?
I do.
Or... Nice.
Wait a second. Slash.
If you
Bro
don't have
set
them-
own game mode to creative. He's cheating.
Yeah.
Spectate.
If you-
Oh,
Cheating.
I was gonna say, if you don't, you can still grab them off of the old church that we made down by the village.
yep. But look at this new one.
It's bigger and better than ever. But does it have a secret
Yep.
secret passageway?
It does indeed.
Don't show no. Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I
Oh,
was gonna
it's
say-
not really secret, but
Oh, okay.
you go through here.
And then again, I'll be honest,
then
I don't
with
think the one that we
the-
made
the
was really
term.
that secret either.
See, look.
Yep.
It kind of pays respects to the old one, but now it's the Church of Kawa.
Yes, it's no longer the Church of Bjorn.
As if you were a god. Excuse me, my catchphrase is I'm a god.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
now we
he's
change
the-
it to the Church of Raeo.
Obviously.
Is it gonna need to have a color overhaul as well?
Yes, I'll change
Actually,
the
we'll
colors
make
of
a
it.
different church for me, and it's gonna be bigger.
Okay. I remember
It's gotta be
that
like, it's gotta
for
be like
this
twice
week,
as big.
I'll make one.
It's
I'll
gotta be
make
like
it
twice
twice as big.
obviously.
Yep.
Okay, you know,
And now I've got-
you know that episode of Futurama where they make a pyramid that's literally just shaped like Bender and it goes up to like the stratosphere?
I'm gonna
I
get
vaguely
this in
remember because I
for you
watched
guys
it
watching,
quite a while
so
ago.
you can actually see what's happening.
That.
Yep.
Go up and
Also-
church the size of the build limit.
You see this?
Here we go.
Price question mark question mark question mark question mark.
Is up for debate. but it does have a flag on top of it, and it's got its own secret port underneath.
Oh, nice.
That doesn't look like a very stable foundation to be building a house on.
But
Yep.
it's magic.
I think that puts down the value on the property a bit.
You don't think that's OSHA compliant?
Nah.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna.
we don't.
Oh,
Think-
I see
That's not what they're
pillagers
called.
in
They're
this
not-
town.
They're not called
Yep. Oh
OSHA.
yeah, I finished all the houses down here.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not OSHA. It's Fun Police. That's their official title.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there's a Raeo's house that he hasn't officially moved into. The mage house.
Yeah. I think you're gonna need to get some stuff worked out with security since there are armed bandits inside of the town.
They just spawned in there for some reason.
Yeah.
Spawned.
I was thinking about. I'm
Spawn.
gonna talk about it now because I'm probably not gonna do it, and the time has passed anyway. If I was gonna do this, but I was thinking about downloading a mod that had gorillas, like added gorillas into Minecraft, and I was gonna make a video where I did 100 villagers versus one gorilla and see who won. Except
Why is everyone talking about that?
it was a viral tweet. But the funny part about it was I was gonna do it super ironically because the gorilla is gonna be a passive mob and it can't attack anything, and the villagers don't attack anything. So it was gonna
So
be
there's gonna be a like a 4-hour stream where you just leave it on there.
yeah. What
Oh,
I was gonna
wait.
do was I was gonna record a video and just act like all those like hyped like Minecraft YouTubers and be like, "All right, guys, today we're gonna be finding out who will win between 100 villagers or one gorilla," and then just have like a shot of me breaking the fence post so they all swarm in and then just nothing happens.
You know what? You should just if you ever make a video like that, you need to use that voice.
I am. That's gonna be the whole thing. I was thinking about doing
Really?
it, but
You need to.
I think it's just like it's really funny to. It's such an easy thing to do and like make fun of, but
Oh yeah. Raeo, did you ever find the throne room? I mean the secret room in the throne room.
Yeah.
This one.
all right. I am gonna head out though. I'm gonna wrap up everything here.
And
Seeing
he's
all
gone.
the cool stuff in Crowned as I suffer for not being able to continue to play Minecraft.
Build.
Rest in peace.
You know what? You must yearn for the mines.
I do yearn for the mines. I can't even. But
Wait,
I can't
so was
even.
connected? Was your Minecraft account connected to your Microsoft account?
They have to be. You can't have
Yeah.
a Minecraft account without a Microsoft account as of like 4 years ago. It used to be you could have a
Yeah.
Mojang account if you bought Minecraft before like 2014. And
Wait, was
if
it
you
two-factor authenticated that?
Incoming ad break.
actually
Microsoft
ironically it wasn't, and it had it been two-factor authenticated, there would have been no way for me to get it back at all. So
Yeah, because the two-factor authentication would prevent someone from entering that account.
yep, except the problem is they just had access to all the credentials. So had I had two-factor on, they could have just two-factored themselves, and then I really would have been completely locked out. So ironically, not having it on actually helped in this case. But in the future,
How do they get the credentials?
everyone
is worse,
enjoys it
'cause,
here.
usually,
Please
if
follow
someone
the
tries
stream.
to go into mine, they'll get the email, but not be able to not do anything with it because they can't see the code
exactly.
or even access the code.
Well, it wasn't. I don't even know what it was. I think it was a script when I was trying to set up Fuser. It was just like a straight up like a programming script that just like ran a program. So
Wait, from Fuser.
not from Fuser. That's the fun part. I was trying to set up Fuser. Got something that was not Fuser. Yeah, so it's not that big of a deal. I have everything else back. Ironically, the Minecraft stuff is probably the most important stuff. But if I lose it, I lose it. It's whatever.
Yep.
This is why I don't use Microsoft for things. But yeah,
Yeah, and since I have that Xbox account, I have everything linked to that stuff, so I keep it under lock.
hmm I had a that was one of the things. I never had an Xbox account. I think sort of I do because I had gamer tags for both of the Microsoft accounts, but
Yep.
I'm not that worried about it. Like honestly, I'm gonna lose. Honestly, the worst thing I could lose would be the usernames if they don't let me like reclaim them, like and terminate the accounts. Um,
Mm,
but like I lose my migrator cape. Oh well. I lose my like TwitchCon cape. Whatever.
yep.
Like the only things I'm losing are my server progress and like the Minecraft Bedrock cosmetics that I've never used. So like, will it suck to lose all
The
my Minecraft
Minecraft for a
stuff?
third
Sure.
Minecraft for a third time. That is crazy. I had to buy Minecraft twice actually.
Yeah. Actually, one of the
You know
things
why?
why?
Because because I set it up when I was a kid,
Oh, you
and
didn't have the email
I
anymore?
accidentally no, yeah, I don't have the email anymore because I set it up with a school email because I didn't even know it was
That's
gonna be
funny.
deleted.
That's funny.
That was that was my saddest thing, and then I just bought it. I was like, I don't care ever since
Mm-hmm.
because I did lose server progress on some things. I was like, it doesn't really matter.
No, like, oh no, I lost my mythic items or whatever on Windcraft. Oh no, my cosmetics. What will I do?
It's pretty much the equivalent of just losing a Roblox account, except for it's more expensive.
Right? Like,
Yep.
sure, it sucks that I'm gonna have to buy Minecraft for a third time, and I lost both of my ranks on Windcraft, but like, it's a grand total. I'm out like a grand total of what? Like $90?
Yep.
It's like nothing. Oh, I might be out like an additional 30 if I have to buy Autodesk Sketchbook again. But at this point, I might as well just use Krita since I already have it downloaded and it's free.
Oh, for like drawing.
Yeah, I haven't used Autodesk in like 4 years, so I forgot
Yeah,
I even had
I'm
it.
using a paid software. It's quite expensive. Guess
Yeah.
which one it is.
Clip Studio Paint.
Yep, that's the one.
I knew it.
Because the great thing about it, it's better than Photoshop because Photoshop you have to have a
It's yearly,
subscription
right?
instead of buy
Yeah.
it outright. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I might get Clip Studio Paint one day.
Pro's cheaper. I kind of want to get EX because then I can actually start making webtoons.
Couldn't you just make like a really funky canvas size? Or does it have like
Yeah,
a
but
export
EX is
function?
just built for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, Kawa. I started making a goofy thing I put on Canvas on an iPad using a free software.
Oh my god. Well, you have an iPad?
Yes, I have a super old. It's what I use to monitor the stream. I have a super old iPad.
No way, bro.
It runs the Twitch app and it runs the thing I use for drawing and it runs the Notes app and that's pretty much it. It takes about 5 years for me to load anything in Safari, even going to Google. So I pretty
Yep.
much exclusively use it to have the Twitch app open and to occasionally draw things.
Oh, Apple's drawing app is pretty good for the iPad. I forgot which one it's called,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
but I think there's a paid one.
Also, this thing is ancient. Like it's so old that I couldn't
Yeah.
even get the Sketchbook
Is it
app
one of
on
those
this.
bricks?
Let me check which.
Or those
It's
brick
super old.
iPads?
It's not that. It's one of the minis. I think. Let me check. About. It's an iPad Mini 2. It is currently. Let
Wait,
me check my iOS thing. iPad OS. It is currently using iOS 12.5.7. We're currently on iOS 18.5 or 18.4.
wait,
It's
2013, 32 gigabytes.
yeah. It's like I said, it's old. It's so old, in fact, I couldn't even download the app on the App Store because it was only available for newer versions of iOS. I had to download it onto my phone and then go to my account on my iPad and download it as
What?
a previously purchased app in order to download an older version of the software.
Why can I buy this on New Zealand equivalent Amazon?
Because why wouldn't you want to? You don't want a Mini 2?
It's $200.
Oh, that's a scam.
That is, and that's refurbished as well on top of that.
You're getting scammed. There's an iPad Mini 5 for $75 at Walmart. I'm looking at that right now.
Wait, what iPad?
iPad Mini 5. There's also an iPad Mini 2 on eBay, 16 gig for $30.
Okay,
send-
64 gigs. I
mean,
found one for 449.
bro, what are these prices?
When did the Mini 5 come out?
Let's see. iPad Mini 5 came out in 2019. Yeah. It had a
ZZZZ.
MSRP of 400
What?
US. There's one on refurbished at Walmart right now for $75.
When iPad 11 for 588 New Zealand dollars.
iPad 11.
You know how much that is in USD?
I can check what the Apple store says for the listing. Let me just buy
If
this.
you were to buy it off this site, it would cost you 300
This is $349
US.
or $29 a month for 12 months. And I get to choose my color and how much storage. And whether I can get a free engraving if I buy it from the Apple store. And I can get an Apple Pencil with USB-C for just an additional $80. Wow.
You get 139.
Yep. Oh, and I can add the Magic Keyboard Folio for an additional $250. So if I get the keyboard and the pen and the iPad, it's only going to cost me $660.
Wait, are your Apple stuff USB-C now, or is it still Lightning cable?
I think the new stuff might be USB-C.
Yep, that's thanks to Europe finally. USB-C is so much better.
I've got a... Oh, actually, you know what? I've got a USB-C to Ethernet adapter that came with one of the laptops. I'd never seen such a thing before. But anyway, I will see you at least by next week, where we will continue to not know what's going on. Will the case remain unsolved? Possibly.
And maybe me investing in an iPad.
Yes. When we come back, when the time you next see us, Kyle will have purchased an iPad and an Apple Pen, and he will have a new series on Webtoons. Whatever their URL is called. He'll be on trending, and you will see him under the user Kawa_Shabi.
Shabby, yeah.
Yeah, Shabi.
Shabby.
Shabi.
Either that or buy like 5 boxes of Japanese Pokemon cards.
Yes.
5 booster boxes, which is a lot.
Or you buy the booster boxes. You open them. You make money. You can then buy more booster boxes and the iPad.
True. I would have to buy one of the super expensive boxes then. Even more money. And then I can get the 12.
Yeah. You can invest all of your money in Pokemon cards. Open them all. Be extraordinarily disappointed that you didn't get anything. And find out that you made out with a grand total of $57.
Yep.
Cash money. I should press check some of my cards.
Oh yeah, I found an old Yu-Gi-Oh card in one of my drawers that belonged to my brother.
Oh, nice.
And it was the first edition card, but it was real
Nice.
busted.
Oh,
But I still sleeved it anyways.
yep. You gotta make sure it doesn't get worse.
$39 upright.
Oh, nice. It's better than the Gyarados I had that was $20.
Wait, was that old Gyarados?
No, it was a new Gyarados. It was like Mega Gyarados EX or something.
$20 is still good. That's 40 New Zealand.
Yeah, and this was back in like 2018, so I don't know if the price has gone up or not.
You know what? I could buy uh probably about 10 cheeseburger combos of that Gyarados.
I want to see how many. I want to see how many quarter pounders I can get. Quarter pounder meal deal. The quarter pounder with cheese. How much is this gonna run me? This is just the nutrition facts. I don't care about the nutrition, McDonald's. I know it's not good for me. I just want the price. Quarter pounder with cheese. About 640. So I could get 2 1/3 quarter pounders with cheese. So I could get what? Two quarts and then half a quart? So 2 quarts and then eighth? No, it'd be 2 quarts and then a third of a quart. Quick. So interesting. It would be about 2 quarts and then 0.8 of a quart. Or 0.8 of a pound. So an eighth, I guess. Or that's not right. An eighth of a quart. Something like, I don't know. I've given up. But yeah.
He's given up.
Yeah. I don't know. Does he know? No, he doesn't. Alright. I am gonna go get some water. And then I will briefly be back just to close some things out. And talk about something for a little bit. And yeah. Alright, I'm back. Welcome back, it's me. This is very loud. I forgot I turned up my volume because I wasn't, I didn't have both headphones on. And now that I do, everything is very loud. Again. Oops, that's not Grand Blue. I'm gonna have Grand Blue up. I'm not gonna do anything because I have no idea. I'm just gonna stand on the menu and do nothing. There we go. So yeah. I think, let me free up some inventory space so I can pick up this harp and the staff, or I guess the lyre, I'm sorry, lyre and the staff. Getting rid of my Omega stuff. It's okay. Oh, it went to the next one.
Are you insane like me? Been in pain like me? Bought $100 bottle of
This is not what I thought I had that set to loop. Anyway.
champagne like me? Just to
Anyway, I guess we'll listen to
down the drain
Halsey
like
and
me.
21 Pilots.
Would you use your water bill to dry the stain like me? Are you high enough without the Mary Jane like me? Do you tear yourself apart
Okay.
to entertain like me? Do the people
Anyway, yeah, I'm still undergoing some stuff with Microsoft. I may be out of both of my Minecraft accounts. They will both be gone, so if that does happen, rest in peace Neon Jungle Tiger and Sophie Stopheles. You will be missed, as well as the $30 I paid for each of you. And the $30 I will have to pay to play Minecraft again. But I am making some good progress with the new series. I'm debating I might start Corpse Factory and just do both of them. Have one of them come out on like Wednesday and one of them come out on Friday, or have one of them come out on Tuesday and the other one come out on Thursday. I think I've got the editing thing as far as setting everything up good. I think the audio's been good. I think I've synced it up pretty well. It actually is using different timing. I didn't just reuse the settings for the stream. They're slightly different. I don't know why. Maybe I should fix the stream settings as well in the future. But there's just so much little variance. I'm gonna go here because I want to talk about the tragedy that occurred. You'll see right here. I have this right here. This is a Murakami rebirth. And you will see here, this is an unsigned Kanashige. But in between, you will see this is a Murakumo Incendio, or Incendio, which is the fire version. Now the reason why this is unfortunate is I had scrounged together all of these katana stones to forge this into the Murakami rebirth, and then I was gonna forge it into the fire version, or the water version, for my Vajra team. But I forgot that when you enter the thing, it resets your selection to fire and not water. So I got the stones, went in, traded it, realized I didn't change it back to water, and I ended up with a fire Murakami. So I am out
How are you
the
doing today?
256 stones to make the rebirth, and then the additional like 512 that it takes to make the element change, and then potentially we need another 256 to make another unsigned Kanashige. So the total of 1,000 katana stones about that I'm going to need to get. Unfortunately for me, my current only way to get katanas is, or katana stones, is to either hope I get a drop from Colossus Omega, or to take gacha katanas and use steel bricks on them to get stones, as the current only place that I guess I can reliably farm them is Replicard Sandbox, and I'm just not getting drops, and I really can't clear any of these fast enough, but I guess it's better than nothing. I thought I'd already finished this, but I guess what had happened is... oh, I just never hit checkpoint. Well, we're gonna go back into Point Aquila because we have a chance of getting the Hanged Man, and I really need to get Kame. I'm aiming for Kame, and then the next thing I want to get is I want to get the Moon because I want to get Hesalia. And after that, I'm gonna aim for the Devil because I want to get Fro. Not because she's good or anything, or because I need fire. Well, she might be okay. I just want Fro. The other thing would be, I think Judgment is... what's his name? The Harveen. But I'm aiming for Kame right now. But I thought I'd update you all on what's going on with Minecraft and why we haven't been doing that for a while. I'm expecting a final decision on whether or not I can get my account back within hopefully the next week and a half. So I should know by then, and we'll figure out what we have to do. But in the meantime, we're gonna keep doing this, and I've been dealing with customer support and stuff like that, so that's part of the reason why I haven't streamed as much recently. And I've been working on the new channel videos. One of them is done, it's uploaded, got a thumbnail, everything, description, it's all done. I just need to... I want to get some more episodes done, and when that happens, I'll be sure to talk about it on stream, and I'll also put out a thing in Discord and on Twitter and all that jazz. So, if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. But until then, I will see you all later. I think I'm going to... I don't know. I think I'm going to go play a little bit of Xenoblade, and I will see you all later. Not tomorrow, I don't think. And I don't think the day after on Sunday either, but maybe next week I will. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and goodbye. You don't want the music audio here. That's going to be confusing if we have that here.